Hello, everyone. Say hi, gang.
Hi,
Hello.
gang.
Hi, gang.
Hello.
Welcome to tonight's special adventure one-shot, Oops, All Marines. With me are 5 fantastic individuals who have played previously in various Mothership one-shots as Marines, and they've been brought together for one last special mission. Hopefully not one last. And we'll find out, where they come from, what troubles and trials they previously went through before, too, to really harden them as individuals in the horrors of space. So let's go around and say hello to everyone. And if you want at this time, also give us a real quick, brief recap or like what was your last big mission, basically. What was that last adventure you went on? So I'm going to start over to my right here, I think it is, camera. Kaz, welcome. Say hello. Playing
Hi.
Logan Call.
Yes, I am playing Logan Call, whose pronouns are he, him, but I'm Kaz, and my pronouns are they, them. The last mission that I believe we went on, we went to retrieve some sort of material. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it went horribly awry, and we found out that there were some weird sort of lab animals that had been created, and we had to leave one of our own behind. So that was a loss that we were not expecting, and we took the doctor with us and came back and probably got paid really well. So at least the mission was a success.
Yeah, you're probably flush with cash there.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't. No, because you destroyed the base. So spoiler alert.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, maybe you didn't get paid. Maybe that's
Yeah.
why you're on this mission. Is you had to deal with that. Welcome back. Glad to have you here. So, all right, let's go over to my other side here. Corporal Jack Arcturus. Zach, hello.
Yeah, hi, I'm Risen Zed, also known as Zach. My pronouns are he, him, as are Corporal Arcturus's. His last big mission, he was assigned to a ship called the Nomad 2, which was docked at a station for onloading and offloading of supplies. And the station had a problem in the form of invisible, giant invisible alien cat-like creatures that got on board our ship as we left and liquefied the entire crew except for Corporal Arcturus. So he definitely doesn't have any trauma after that. And that's where he's coming from.
I will. There's not really inspiration or anything in Mothership, but some very good callbacks to your previous missions. We'll see. We'll work something in here, maybe like a stress reduction or something. Let's go directly south of you, Corporal Arcturus, to Private First Class Flip Tanner. Allison, hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm Allison, insight checked. My pronouns are she, her. I'm playing Flip Tanner, pronouns he, him. He went on a very ill-fated mission where he was trying to get some specimens and then ended up finding a completely different creature that was horrifying and almost killed them and him as well. He had to go into some rehabilitation afterwards, and they didn't even get paid the amount they were supposed to get paid. That was the ultimate insult to Flip.
Gotta count the money.
Gosh, he doesn't count very well. So that's Flip's story.
Love Flip. Fantastic. Thanks for being here. Next to you, Sergeant Rosie McPhee. Luna, hello. I think you're muted.
You are right. I am.
Go.
I am muted in Zoom. Hi, I am Luna. I am playing Sergeant Rosie McPhee. Rosie's last adventure basically was done on a timer, and that was excruciatingly stressful. Basically, the whole party had to get out before the timer went off. I think we managed to do it barely, like by the skin of our teeth.
like 2 minutes,
like
1 or 2 minutes left.
Yeah, it was really stressful.
It was awesome.
It was amazing though, and so Rosie probably went into a lot of therapy after that. So, but Rosie and I both use she, her pronouns, and I'm excited to be here.
Excited to have you. All right, and last but not least, Logan from the Red Hair Inn playing Coda. say hello.
Hi, everybody. I'll be playing Coda. The last thing Coda remembers is he was on a ship with a wonderful doctor and an android, as well as a teamster who went into this facility that was almost devoid of all life. As we entered and kind of went room to room, we found a lot of weird, almost like dead people, or like some dead people, but then found a kind of giant gelatinous blob of human flesh all combined that was slowly telling us to run and hide, leading us all the way to the control room. We've barely managed to escape, and
It's kind of a running theme, I think.
Yeah, we barely managed to escape, and our like Puff Cheeto eating Teamster was stranded behind and eventually died. I don't think Coda would have known that. They just knew that they left him there. But Coda's ready to go and be back with a bunch of what he would consider his people, fellow Marines.
Absolutely. Good to have you here is all. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm super excited for this. It's going to be, I'm sure, bonkers. So we're going to go through with these one-shots now. Everyone has their characters because they've already played them, of course. But I'm going to go through and take notes of what your stats are and things like that. And just mention that stuff that we have there. So let's start with Gunnery Sergeant Logan Call. Can you please fire off your stats?
That's not me. It's already started.
We have a Logan in person and a Logan character, so
that was good. That'll have those 7 ties tonight, I'm pretty sure. So my strength is 39. My speed is 32. My intellect is 25, and my combat is 41.
All right, and let's go down to your saves.
Sure thing. My sanity is 29. My fear is 44. My body is 25.
All right, and all Marines, everyone starts at 2 stress. How about your health?
12.
12, and everyone, of course, being Marines, has 3 wounds. So in Mothership, you have like health points, and then as those deplete, then you have 3 wound levels. Once you hit that last wound, basically you roll on a table to see your fate, essentially. Let's see here. I will take... give me your... I'm checking them. Okay, this Marine. Everyone will have military training, athletics. What is your bonus skill that you took? Your extra skills, tactics, and then you should have one more that I gave.
And then hand-to-hand combat.
Hand-to-hand. Okay, cool. All right. And tell us all, what was your patch?
My patch was improve, adapt, and overcome.
A good one. Might come in handy. All right, I think that's all we need for Gunnery Sergeant Logan Call. Let's go over to Corporal. Sorry, we're gonna go down. We're gonna go in rank here. Sergeant Rosie McPhee.
Sure.
Let's give me your stats and saves, please.
Sure. Strength is 37. Speed is 37.
Okay.
Intellect is 29.
Yep.
Combat 44.
All right. I expect to see high combat across the board. And your saves?
Sanity is 25. Fear is 43. Body is 37.
All right. Also, everyone has standard battle dress, which gives them 7 points of armor. Of course, any hits below 7 do not penetrate, but once you hit 7 or above, it does and will destroy that armor, and then it's no longer effective from there. So, Rosie, what additional skills did you take?
I had hand-to-hand combat. And I had explosives.
Okay, nice. And your patch?
Too pretty to die.
You gotta keep her alive. Okay, I think that's everything there. Now let's go to Corporal Jack Arcturus.
All right. My strength is 33.
Mm-hmm.
My speed is 35.
Okay.
My intellect is 27. And my combat's 46.
All right. And your saves?
My sanity is 20. My fear is 47. And
Good
my
one there.
body is 34.
Okay. Stress, armor. Your additional skills that you picked up.
Firearms and 0G.
Okay. Good options there. And then your patch.
It's do your job.
All right. And down to our privates. Let's go with Flip. Tanner, your stats and saves.
35 strength,
Mm-hmm.
37 speed. Now, I rolled 30 for intellect, but hearing that others are in the 20s, like, let's be real. So I'm going to change that to 25 intellect for Flip,
I love it.
42 combat, and then save 28 sanity, 40 fear, 25 body.
Okay. Your additional skill, 2 additional skills that you picked up.
I have military training, athletics, and wilderness survival.
Okay, wilderness would be one.
Oh my!
So those other 2 would be standard, military training and athletics. Wilderness off of military training.
Off of the military
And then
training, yeah.
I granted everyone 1 additional skill beyond that. So
I guess we're going hand-to-hand combat.
hand to hand, okay, all around. And then your patch.
It is work hard, party harder, and work is misspelled with an E.
Awesome. Okay, and last again, but not least, not
yeah,
Logan, Coda.
Coda. Coda has a strength of 30,
Okay.
a speed of 38,
Yep.
an intellect of 27, and a combat of 41.
All right. Down to your saves.
Sanity is 19,
Mm-hmm.
fear is 33, and then 32 for body.
Awesome. Okay. And then your 2 additional skills that you picked up.
Which actually may be a 22 because I don't know how I would have got 32 from that. Oh no, I get plus 10 save for being a Marine. Never mind. My 2 skills are firearms and zoology.
All right. Okay. And your patch. Did you find that out?
I didn't, but I re-rolled, and I think
Okay.
it's fitting. It says front towards enemy, and it's a claymore mine on it.
Front towards enemy. Nice. Okay. Awesome. I think that's everything on my end, just to keep track of that stuff. So stats for everyone. Super good stuff there. Just a reminder on the skills, make arguments to utilize those in any role, whether it's a stat check or a save throw, because that'll help you a lot, of course, in using that stuff. With that, for those out there following along, trauma response is a fantastic little aspect of Mothership, and basically says when you come under stress, whatever, there's certain things that can happen. The best one, of course, is if there's an android nearby. Everyone else makes fear saves at disadvantage. It's never fun for that. But with all being Marines here, I thought I'd, mix something up, because the Marine is whenever you panic, every nearby friendly player has to make a fear save. And so everyone would be affected by that, but what I decided is that based on your rank, you would either have advantage or disadvantage. If someone ranked higher than you panics, then your fear save is at disadvantage. And then if someone below you in rank panics, your fear save is at advantage. So we'll see how that plays out. As I said, those lower ranks, just make sure that you don't stress out your superiors, basically. What else? I think that's everything on the front end. Any questions from the crew?
No, sir.
All right. Also, I guess I will mention, so I did say everyone does have standard battle dress, which gives them 7 armor. And I've also granted the group a single flamethrower with 2 canisters of fuel. Who is taking on that?
I feel like because of my patch now, and my proficiency with firearms, I feel obligated to take it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to listen to whoever's in charge. So whoever's the commanding officer can pick what they want to have it, but I will take it if nobody wants it.
Gunnery Sergeant Logan Gall.
Yeah, you can have it. Go for it.
Okay. So I think your patch could apply to the flamethrower as well.
Yeah, it needs to be pointing towards the
monster.
enemy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said two canisters, correct?
Yep. So each of those do 4 shots per canister, and the damage is just instantly 1 wound there.
That's nice.
So. All right. With that, the 5 of you came together by whatever circumstance you have been recruited into this, maybe a little bit more of a mercenary group, but hired in to deal with the problem. There is a research station in the Iota cluster there that has been taken over by an infestation. It's attacking and killing the researchers, and they haven't had really any luck with dealing with that, and it's just only increased since it's first arrived, and has called upon you 5 to head over there and deal with the situation, eradicate it, and allow the research station to get back up and running, back online. They do believe there may be some issues with power and systems, so there will be needs to get that back and running. But of course, the main task is to eliminate this infestation, this threat, whatever that is. Not much info beyond that. So 5 of you do come together and begin that journey towards this research station. And you come down to this planet that is definitely very, I want to say terrestrial, but I don't know if that's the right description for what I'm thinking about. Definitely, similar to Earth, lush greens and with bodies of water. The research station there plopped right down in the middle of this kind of dense forest there. So the planet does have atmosphere, but it has an odd gravity. That's a weird feature of this planet. But the station will have its own gravity, should have its own gravity. But the rest of the planet does have a really low gravity level. So it's mostly traversable, but can cause some difficulty there. But you come down and land just outside in the landing pads there outside of the station, and a little bit newer of a facility, but you come in and arrive towards that front entrance port there. You all have a quick little map I threw into our Discord chat there. So there at the south is the entrance there. There is like an airlock that you would head into head into the kind of main central area of the station itself. So anything on the trip in?
Gunny, they give us any information on what we're dealing with down there?
None at all. But just keep your eyes open. I think we all know to expect the worst. So if the best happens, then that's great.
It's an awful positive outlook. Why would they tell us anything?
Yeah. No, we just, do what we're told and we'll get paid for it. It's all good.
We hope we get paid for it.
Yes, that. Yeah. Well, I'm just trying positivity, Sergeant.
I still haven't gotten paid for my last job.
Neither have I.
Well, you'll get paid. You'll get paid a lot for this one then.
You think they'll pay us double because we didn't get paid for the last one?
If you try hard enough and we do really good, I think maybe we have a chance.
I bet if you ask, they'll do that for sure.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Right.
It'll be behind a mound of paperwork too or something.
Probably.
we'll be fine. We'll be good. We got a flamethrower and we got like a bunch of other things. We'll be fine. It'll be fine. If it isn't fine, I learned from my last mission that maybe we just walk away when we feel a little overwhelmed.
I would
Okay.
suggest running.
Great.
For once, I would agree with that. I normally don't run, but yeah, my last job, we did the same thing. So.
Okay. Have we all been to? Have you all? I've started therapy personally. Have you all? Have you? No. The last mission I went on was a
You
little
just
traumatizing.
started therapy?
No, well, yeah, the last mission I went on was a little traumatizing, and yeah, I needed to work through it. I would hope you all are doing the same.
Oh, I've been in it for months.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
that's why I'm here. I'm working through my trauma with more work.
Great.
Oh,
Probably
I'm working
not
through my
gonna help,
trauma
though.
with more trauma.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's
I
how
don't think
that
that
works.
works.
Private.
I've been drinking a lot. Does that count?
Listen, they don't
No.
pay me to think.
No.
They pay me to
don't
shoot
think
shit.
so.
So.
Listen, you didn't bring anything with you, right?
What's the right answer?
The right answer is no, but then shake your head yes when they turn around.
No.
Nailed it.
Great.
Nice
Okay.
job.
Awesome. The last person who was drinking on the job with me. It didn't end very. Okay. Anyways. All right. Over and out. Move forward. Go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're not killing any bugs. We're just gonna sit here
I'm
and
just gonna process our
Yeah.
Can we?
This is just a
talk
support
about
group.
our
This is
past-
actually trauma dumping.
Oops, all Marines in. Yeah.
Yeah. We're all
Oh,
just gonna
man.
sit in a circle and we're gonna talk. It's gonna be okay. All right. We'll be fine.
Hi, my name's Coda, and I ran away from a job. Hi, Coda.
the ship comes down and finally lands on the planet, and immediately you all, the ship's gravity doesn't really take on right away, and you kind of begin to lift a little bit. Not fully float, but you can just tell right away that this planet's strange gravity feeling is present, and you then are able to, any last preparations you need, but head into the station proper. Head into that front entrance, get into that airlock, and that's where the gravity kicks on and the pressurization happens. And it's a little bit maybe disorienting, a little bit different, quite a different thing there. So everyone, please give me a body save.
This has to do with the gravity being
Yes.
weird. Okay.
So
my 0G skill apply.
I will say that you don't need to make the roll. You are good, Corporal.
Cool.
Good call out, though.
So
How
it's-
does it? Go ahead.
Everybody
I
go.
forgot
1,
how-
2, 3.
I forgot how
All at
rolls
once.
worked.
Yes,
Roll
great
under.
great point to remind everyone. So D100 roll, and you need to roll under your stat. Not equal, it has to be under. So those,
I have a 35.
okay. And, you rolled 35?
Yes.
All right, and what is call out your body as well. for that.
37.
Okay, so that's a success. Awesome.
I have a 38 over 25. So
Okay,
that is
failure there.
Yeah, failure.
Yep. So go ahead and take, let's do 1d5 stress. So roll 1d10 and cut it in half.
Okay. Right. That is a 2 on the die.
1
So
point.
1.
Okay. I gotta remember where files are. How about Coda?
Coda got a 73
Okay.
over 32.
All right. So
Yeah,
go ahead,
not
roll
just fine.
d10 and cut in half.
3, so 1.
Okay. And then Flip.
Flip got a 58 over 25.
Okay. Same for you. D10 cut in half.
There's a 3 on the die.
Okay, so take 1 point. So up to 3 there for you. So, okay. We'll mention again too for our audience. All the players have a stress level. Starts at 2, goes up to 20. The higher the stress, the greater the potential for panic. So we'll see when that comes into play. Also, I'll mention on the rolls, any doubles is considered a critical roll. If it's under, it's a critical success. If it's over, a critical failure. Critical failures automatically trigger a panic check as well. So keep that in mind. All right, so you come into that airlock and the gravity hits. Corporal, you're very used to the 0G. You're fine. Sergeant, Rosie, you deal with this as well. It kind of hits you a little bit, but you're able to hold yourself. The rest of you, it's very unnerving. It kind of feels like, you ever went to that carnival and you rode that the Gravitron and pushed back up against the wall and you kind of get squished back, and then when it cuts off, and it's just that strange change there, is a little unsettling. But do come out of it. And the pressurization completes and you're able to then head forward into the main area of the research station. The doors open and immediately you see that power is down to just security minimums, flickering, maybe like at the baseboards, things like that, just either a low light, red glow, or some pulsing, flickering overhead lights, things like that. You don't see any signs of damage, struggle, things like that necessarily in here. And you were told that likely there were some power system issues. So things you may want to deal with as soon as you can, because that might affect dealing with the rest of the situation here. So, but you come into that initial room, and it's just kind of a large room with computer consoles basically around the edges of all the room. There's a couple of different tunnels, one straight ahead and two to the sides as well, that lead to various other sections of the facility.
Do we want to split up? Some of us take care of the power, and then the others of us make sure nothing weird goes on in here while the power gets turned on? Okay.
Great idea, Gunnery Sergeant. Where do you want me?
What are you good at?
Ooh, I know a lot of stories. I have a ukulele that I play pretty well.
Are you better at being defensive, or are you better at turning on lights?
I can turn on lights all day.
Okay, you're gonna go be a part of Team Light. Anybody else want to be a part of the lights team?
As this is happening, I'm gonna start lighting the flamethrower, and is it traditional where I have to use like a lighter on it, or is it got its own little?
Yeah, we'll say it's got a starter igniter on there. Yeah, so yeah, like that starter is, yeah, you get that started up. So yeah, definitely.
Okay. Team defense. Sergeant, where would you like to be?
I'll go with the private. We can.
Right.
I'll help turn on lights.
All right. Corporal, you mind staying?
Sure thing, Gunny.
Got it.
Man, we are 30 minutes in and we are splitting the party. I love it.
Wait, but who's taking the brain cell? Which group?
Oh.
Right.
Maybe
you guys
the
are
lights.
gonna need it to.
Yeah, you guys
need
are
to turn
gonna
on
need
the
it.
lights.
Yeah, you guys take it.
Oh, by the way, Flip absolutely thinks you mean flipping light switch. Like, he does not understand the electrical work involved.
Okay. That's good.
I must protect Flip.
Everybody protect Flip.
Right.
Sergeant, you full speed ahead. Good luck.
All right, Sarge. Heading off down this dark hallway or this one?
Map says that way, and I'll point straight ahead.
Flip gives everyone a salute, and he turns, and there's a slight like twanging of chords as his ukulele is strapped on his back, and he heads off down the hallway.
Love it.
Okay.
Flip and Rosie were heading off together, right?
Correct.
And anyone else, or just those two, I think, right?
I think just the two of us.
Okay, all right. So yeah, so you would know by the schematics given for the mission that you'll go to that north doorway, hallway from the main central room, control communication room, and into a hallway left, and then back north to the back power area there. So the little pods that you see marked with R, it's these little kind of research pods that they had built in as well. So, but yeah, you begin heading off that way. As the two of them do that, the rest of you, anything you're doing at this point?
Look at this map.
I think Coda is just kind of pacing back and forth, like the room back and forth between the door that would lead to where the crew quarters are and like the door where the mess hall is. He knows the airlock is safe, so he's just kind of back and forth, flamethrower pointing one way, turning, pointing the other way.
Okay.
Will eventually reach in his bag and pull out a little bag of these little like cheesy puff chips. The only little memento of his former friend, and we'll crunch on them for a bit and then toss them back in the bag.
Can I have one?
You know, normally people don't want these when we got. I didn't actually want these until. I don't know.
Why are they bad?
Oh no, they're great.
Okay.
No, there was a guy on my last mission who ate these almost consistently, and it's kind of why we had to run. So there's like, but we also left them there, so I feel bad. So whenever I need like comfort food, I go back to these. They're like these little orange, like almost Cheeto looking like puff.
I'll take one. I'll be like, that is a lot to process all at once. So let me get this straight. You're eating these, but they were the thing that caused you all to get into some shit in the first place?
Listen, my,
No, I mean,
my
absolutely.
medical care
Yes.
as a soldier does not afford good therapeutic evaluations, so I eat cheese puffs.
I mean, yeah, cheese puffs. They're
when I get stressed.
The way to the heart. I'm just gonna eat one. I'll shut up and leave.
You're in charge of me. You're fine. You're fine. I don't know
Gunnery
why.
Sergeant, you're a bit confident that these are not much more than a styrofoam packing peanut with just drenched in a obviously synthetic cheese type flavoring. Yeah.
Very hesitantly swallow it. I would actually like to look around the room and see if there's anything of worth, of note.
Okay.
I think what I'm looking for is any maybe anything that would be useful to us to either understand this place or weapons wise.
So in the room you're in here, the communication control room, as I said, it's just pretty much a large open room with computer consoles along the sides. There's some screens, monitors, and things above those a little bit here and there. But I mean, you can just see there's not really any like compartments or closets or anything like that. So nothing that you really notice that sticks out. It kind of. You've all heard that there's definitely people here, researchers, but many of them were, killed or, if they were able to evacuate, so obviously you don't see anything here like that. The two side doors to the quarters and the mess halls, those are closed. The one to the north that Flip and Rosie did go through, it would have been on like a manual auxiliary power or whatever, so you would have had to, manually open that up. Otherwise, they would have been, pneumatic, automatic, like that. So, but able to get through. It wasn't seized or anything like that. But yeah.
Okay, but the crew quarters and the mess hall, those you can't get in manually.
You can. I'm just saying, the doors are closed.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want, you can head over to them. But yeah.
I won't take my chances just yet.
And all these consoles in here are dark. Like no power
I would
to them?
actually say given the power situation, yep, because you're basically just running on security power there. So Flip and Rosie, you move past that room, you close that door behind you?
I think so.
Okay. The two of them head in and you hear that kind of loud thud clank as the heavy door closes behind them and you turn down the hallway. The light in the hallway is even darker. There's there is light, but it's every little bit. So they almost go through sections of the hallway where it feels like it's almost darkness, and you're just kind of heading towards the bits of light that you can see. They're lighting up the glow of the floor there. But you continue down that way, and you get to that corner, and you turn that corner, and as you begin to go back north towards that security station, you can see at the end a little bit of glow kind of illuminating that. You head past that first research station there, and you hear just a sounds like something skittering around the either the vent system or maybe even at your feet in the darkness that you can't see.
I take out my flashlight from inside my backpack and click it on and swirl it around in a horror movie style fashion, trying to find the source of the noise.
Frantically moving about, and you don't really see anything yet, but then you turn towards like the entryway to that research little pod there, and you see this horrific little like insect-like bug just run into the door. Is cracked open, and it's just wide enough for this thing to rush in there. It's got 4 legs, these kind of like sharp mandibles, and 2 of these like tendrils that come off the back of it. If anyone's familiar with fish flies, absolutely disgusting. I hate them. But yeah, these long kind of like almost tendrils that wave in the back of them, and it skitters into at the sight of the light. It skitters into that area there. You and Rosie, go ahead, give me fear saves at the sight of this creature.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
23 over 40.
Say that again, sorry.
23 over 40.
You rolled a 23?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, that's a success.
And mine was a 26 over 43.
Okay, very good. So it's just one little bug. This was your mission. Come here and take care of something. So not a big deal. You both hold it together.
Well, Sarge, we think. How big are your boots for stomping?
Rosie's gonna kind of look down at her shoes and say, standard issue.
It'll do. Did it go into the room where we're headed to fix the power?
No, so there's a little research pod along the
Ah.
way there. Yeah, a small little circle on the map. And you can see the door's cracked. Maybe a little bit more of the reason for the fear save is this thing is a good, maybe like, not as big, like a football. I'll say a football, size of a football. It's
Okay.
pretty substantial, but yeah. So that room is cracked just wide enough for that thing to squeeze through.
I'm gonna close the door ever so quietly.
Okay, so you go up and do that. It's jammed, Rosie, unfortunately. So you can go ahead and give me a strength check if you like to try and pull it closed.
I would like to do that. Let's see. That is a 20 over 37.
Man, great rolls here. So yeah, it's stuck on something, but you're able to kind of get it off that and pull it closed, and it closes. Would you? I guess with the success too, I would allow this. Would you just try and slam it? You said you were kind of being real quiet about it,
I was
right?
going to try to be quiet, but
Okay, yeah, I'll allow that because
yeah.
you succeeded there. Yeah, so
Okay.
you are able to do so where it's not like this big booming echo
All right,
throughout
so I
the
don't have
station.
to like shoulder check it or anything like
Right,
that.
right. Yeah. So with that, you can then continue forward down to the power room. Head down the hallway and get to that and open that up, and you just see see this massive generator system there in the middle, and a bunch of other computer consoles and things like that, all kind of blinking and flashing reds and oranges and things, clearly signifying that there's an issue here in the station.
Flip laces his fingers together and stretches. All right, where's that light switch? Gotta be around here somewhere. And he starts shining his flashlight on the walls, moving it past like all the circuitry and blinking lights, and then turns it back to Rosie. I'm gonna need your help on this, Sarge.
Yeah, I don't think it's a literal light switch we're looking for, Flip.
I have come to find out that is the case.
Yeah. Why don't you bring that flashlight over here? Let's take a look at what all these blinking lights are.
I should have stayed with the people fighting stuff. All right. He follows you over and shines his light wherever you ask him to focus it.
Yeah, so I guess we'll start by looking at like where some of the flashing lights are. Like, what is this indicating?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So you see Rosie or Flip can go ahead and give me, I'll say, intellect checks. And as Corporal Arcturus did mention, your battle dress does come with communication, so all of you would be connected and can communicate during this process there. So if you want to maybe alert your counterparts of what you came across or not.
Yeah, I'll radio back to the gunnery sergeant and let him know about kind of what's going on in this room, and then I'll finish up by saying, also be on the lookout for bugs.
Can you repeat that? You said bugs?
Yeah, big ones.
Big bugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, wait, how big are we talking?
Like football?
Football size
Football
bugs.
size.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's looks at the flamethrower for a quick second. All right, I'm glad we brought a flamethrower.
Yeah.
We're gonna need it.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah.
At least it's not cats.
And you have something against
Wait, what? Yeah.
cats?
Was that out loud? No, cats are fine. Rather it be cats. Never mind.
I mean, cats aren't good for a ship, so I understand if that's your worry.
I mean, a hypoallergenic cat would be fine, but
No, I mean, like, in terms of, like, superstition, you're not supposed to have cats on a ship.
Is that a thing?
yeah, I've never heard of that before.
Oh,
I
okay.
can confirm that cats on a ship is a bad thing.
Okay, great. But not, cats. No cats, but also bugs are bad right now, so that's
Yes.
good. Okay. Are there anything else that we should be worried about, Sergeant?
Not at the moment. We'll
Okay.
keep you posted.
Okay.
Oh,
I love a
don't-
transition like that. Sorry, go ahead, Flip.
Oh, just don't forget to tell him about we need bigger issue boots. I think going forward in the missions.
Corporal and Private Coda, both, I'll give you, just call it like a advantage roll that you can use when you want. So basically an inspiration. So yeah, you can utilize that for your great references so far from your previous games. With that being said, as Gunnery Sergeant calls out and says, anything else to worry about? We actually get to our rolls here. Rosie and Flip, what did we have on those intellect checks?
Mine was a 42 over 29.
Okay.
That is a 31 over 25.
All right. Pair of failures, so you'll each take 1 point of stress. So we get Rosie up to 3. We've got Flip up to 4. So we begin here. You begin looking around, and unfortunately, this is a little bit foreign to you. Things aren't labeled the best, but here and there, looking across and trying to find some things, and it takes you time, and that's where the stress comes from, because you want to get this, mission over with and whatnot. But you do find some things that you think you can try. Maybe trying a few switches and you hit something here and there. Everyone else in the other room, you'll see flickers of like consoles come on or lights come on as you assume they're doing something. But it's as you move around, the two of you move around, and so it's this room with, you've got the large generator and you got consoles on either side. And you begin to go over and inspect one of the other consoles. And as you head over there, the chair is pushed out, because there's a little seat there, and then you notice something on the ground, and you move it out of the way, and you see a technician laying there, sprawled out, not moving. Please go ahead and give me fear saves once again.
for Flip, 11 over 40.
That is a critical success. Very good.
And for Rosie, it was a 32 over 43.
For a success as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. So you both hold yourselves pretty well here, seeing this, maybe previously seeing casualties and in combat and otherwise. Anything you do at this point, pull it out or...
So the technician is kind of laying in front of the chair that we pulled out from the desk?
Yeah, the chair was pushed a little out of the way. When you moved it, you could see that, as if they were, almost pushed under the desk.
Okay. Does it appear to be, a natural position where someone fell, or were they, tucked away in there? Is it very unnatural with the limbs?
Kind of pushed, as if they maybe fell and slumped into it, yeah.
Okay. I think Flip would steady his flashlight on the body and see if the light shakes out any other bugs, because he saw that they didn't like light earlier.
Okay, yeah, so you shine it down in there, and it lights up the small underside of the desk, and no other movement in there. You just see, this individual there, and they are slumped down, so they fell down and then fell into it. So you're looking at the back of the individual, and you notice this dark, very dark, almost black, but stain that runs down from right below their, in their neck, right below their head, and then just runs down their back. So it's soaking their lab, their technician suit.
Sarge, how dark does blood get? Because that looks pretty dark to me.
I mean, I guess it depends on how long it's been sitting there.
Hey, fella. I'm going to move you. I'm sorry if this is disrespectful. And he'll take both hands on the shoulders and pick the body up to inspect the front.
So you pull them out, and as you do, you get closer and you see this very small, maybe even smaller than a dime, but this hole punctured, that caused that wound. You don't see anything else on the front side. They look, other than they're clearly deceased, but nothing came through, anything like that.
Whew. Oh, that's a relief. It's blood. Oh, this is great, Sarge.
Oh, good.
Well, everything's fine. Let me just get this guy up here. Here you go. And puts him back in the chair. Pats his shoulder. Well, let's get back to it then. Which wire do we put in? He immediately begins looking at the panels, seeing if he can finish up the work now that this obstacle has been cleared out of the way. And he's smiling and looking like he's done a really good job in front of a superior.
So the two of you, after some time, can probably put it together of what the kind of coded labels of all these consoles refer to. So, turning on the main central control and communication area, the mess hall, the other areas like that, the little research pods, cargo storage, medical, etc. Just kind of one by one, flipping these things on, assuming that that's going to help out the situation there. Again, you three up front, the lights, flicker a few times, but then come on, and it seems that power is restored fully. As it does, everyone hears throughout the station in the vents just this just reverberating throughout the walls, it feels like.
Either those are really bad fans or there are a lot of bugs in here.
Yep. A lot of bugs in the walls.
I'd say
Awesome.
Rosie and Flip have been holding themselves together pretty well, but the other three of you, once those lights come on and you've been told about these football-sized creatures, you three give me some fear saves, please.
$76 over 44. So I think that is that a critical failure?
No, your
Okay.
roll was 76, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over
yep.
44 though.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Only when you roll doubles. Doubles are the critical.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how high. You could roll a 98. It's still technically it's just a fail. 99 isn't, a for sure. So you'll take 1 point of stress for the failure. Corporal?
I got a 46, which is under my 47.
Oh wow. Okay. 47 fear save. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. And Coda.
I got a 59 over my 40 or my 33.
Okay. So a point of stress to you for that as well as excuse me. You hear the sound just kind of reverberate through as the lights come on.
Okay. Everybody, I'm going to say over the con, everybody be on the lookout. I don't know. I don't know how to lead any of you. Anyways, be on the lookout. Have your weapons at the ready. And prepare for something to come out of the walls, Corporal. Did you say they're in the walls?
It sounds like they're in the walls
Awesome.
and the ceiling, honestly.
In the state that I'm in, can I try to identify, like if I can get a good sense of what type of bug they are, like what family of bug that they would be in based on the way that they're moving and shifting around?
Todd the Warden isn't going to have any idea. Give me...
I'm trying to use zoology.
Give me intellect with zoology.
All right, intellect is zoology.
So zoology is a train, so add 10 to your target number. So your intellect is 27.
Yeah, it'd be 37.
So 37
total.
you'll target. Yep.
Yeah, no, I have no idea. It's an 84.
Okay. Yeah. You're not sure.
Yeah, there must be pretty big bugs if they're making this much noise. And you see not like a full spurt of flame come out, but I'm a little pressure on the trigger where enough for it to kind of flare a tiny bit.
A finger off the trigger, just first off. It's good safety, gun safety. So just keep it away. Second, should I have given you that, or you're not gonna?
I mean, are you trained on how to use firearms?
No, I'm fine. It's all good. Don't worry about it. You're great.
You can have my SMG if you want. I mean,
I'm good. I have a combat knife. Don't worry about it.
Oh man.
That one. Yeah. CO wants to get up close person. Cool. Great. Awesome.
Gunnery Sergeant. Sounds like you're a little concerned here. Give me a panic roll.
Okay. Oh, that's a D20, right?
Yep. You only got 4 points. You have this is the only roll you roll over, so
I'm fine.
good chance here. Can we jinx it? No.
A 9.
Okay, so you are good.
Yeah.
You begin to feel the pressure of the situation, but are able to get your private in line with his weaponry there and wait for your counterparts to return. Rosie and Flip, anything else, or just heading back to the group?
I think I want to, as we're going back, I want to check and confirm that door is still shut.
Okay. Yeah,
but
very good.
that's all I want to do.
Flip would radio on the way.
All right.
Go ahead, Todd.
You head down the hallway, and it does seem that room is closed as it was before, so...
That's good.
The hallway is fully illuminated now, and you come around the corner there and head back to that. At the end of the other corridor, though, you begin to hear, right before you get into, turn to the hallway to get to the front room there's another research pod right there. And you just hear this eruption of this skittering and buzzing from behind the door, and you can see the door begin to open up as you move by it slowly. As it gets to just a little bit of a crack open, these long little legs begin kind of trying to work their way through.
Sarge, that's not good.
No, that's not good.
All right. Should we do it bodily and try to shut it with our bodies, or should we just run?
I say we try to shut it.
All right, I'm on it. And this is the answer Flip was hoping for. He lunges forward, just like he was pretty much already halfway in the air, waiting for Sarge's answer. And his intention is to slam into the door with his shoulder.
Okay, go ahead and give me a strength check.
The look on his face could be described as gleeful. 24 over 35.
For a success?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you know, and I would have granted athletics on that as well. So could have bumped up your check a little bit more. But you rush towards the door, and it has to be opened up very much, just enough for these little legs to kind of start working their way through. But you run forward and slam into that, and it moves forward with a thud, pinching a lot of these legs in there. You actually do hear a little bit of a squeal from these things, as a lot of them like kind of stick out straight as they get caught in the door, some of them severing and falling off. But you are able to, you know, you're not confident if it's fully closed, but you've closed it onto whatever is trying to work their way through.
Is this the door right across from, like...
Where they came in, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just north of the little R research station there. So yeah, be more. I know it's a little off on the map, but be like that straight hallway would go all the way down to that research pod.
Okay.
I think if Flip will continue pressing his body up against the door, and his intention was to radio to the rest of the team, and he'll say, "We got bugs, and they stab the back of your neck and make you bleed. Oh, and kill you. That's important."
Copy that.
Kind of burying the lead there, but yeah, let's... Like, you have bugs now?
Sarge and I are taking care of it. They're in a room. Sarge is safe, and I'm marginal. And he's just leaning against the door, looking down at the little gross pile of legs next to him. Are they moving?
The legs?
Uh-huh.
The ones broken off on the floor, no.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Excellent.
Do you want us to come to you, Flip?
Oh, no, we're gonna move on, I think.
Okay.
As you have closed this off, and Flip and Rosie, you turn, you know, again, not sure that you can secure the door closed, but you've closed it off, at least for now. Turn back to head towards the other room, and get to the end of that hallway. The door, now with power restored, flies open with a whoosh, and you see the other three of them standing around in this room there, just in time as well, as from up in the upper parts of the room, 2 vent covers fly off, and swarms of these creatures fly into the room with just a loud din of buzzing, just swarming around the group.
Wonderful.
All right, gang, it's go time already. So everyone, please give me, let's do, 1 second here. Yeah, give me fear checks all around first.
$36 under 44.
Okay.
47 over 43.
Okay. Rosie, go ahead and roll 1d10. Coda?
57 over 33.
Roll 1d10. Flip?
94 over 40.
Okay, 1d10. And Corporal?
48 over 47.
Oh, okay.
Right.
1d10. Everyone that failed, 1d10, and take that for stress. So,
Todd,
Coda?
I got
A 10.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and
Rosie.
I'm the guy with the flamethrower too.
3.
So you're up to 6. Flip?
10.
Oh my goodness. The pilots
Oh
are...
no.
And Corporal.
I got 8.
So up to 10. All right.
Listen,
Wonderful.
greenies, keep your shit together.
That's amazing.
God.
All right. So I've got, Gunnery Sergeant, you're still at 4 points. Corporal at 10. Both privates at 14. And Rosie at 6. So now speed checks all around. And I just need successes here.
All right, now I get a success. There we go.
Oh, Jesus.
Gunnery Sergeant?
Fail.
Okay. Corporal?
Fail.
All right. Coda?
Success.
Okay. Rosie?
Success.
All right. And Flip?
Success with a 5.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. I like it. Okay, so the 3 of you that succeeded will be able to act before this infestation. The other 2, unfortunately, stand by and wait. So, what are you 3 doing as this swarm of bugs come out and just, around you all over the place?
I guess as the one with the flamethrower, I'm just gonna aim it at one of the 2 vents. I'm gonna say whichever one's closer to the gunnery sergeant. I'm gonna flip and turn around and just blast a stream straight toward the vent in an attempt of getting as many of the bugs as I can, and then getting into the vent and dispersing a bit.
Okay, so they've come out of the vent. The mass of the swarm. There's maybe a few still kind of coming out, but
Wherever
the bulk of
biggest
them are
mass.
kind of in the room. Yeah, kind of on the 2 sides. So, yeah.
Then whichever one is on that side closest to the gunnery sergeant, I'll just swing it and blast toward.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a combat check. Give me any skills you want to use with that.
Yep, I'm gonna add my firearms to make that this would count for firearms, right?
Yes, I will allow that.
Alright, so that would be
Yeah, that's fine. Firearm. So that's 15 extra to your combat.
so I need to fit lower than a 56, and that's an 11.
That is a critical success. Awesome. Okay, so not only do you torch a big chunk of these bugs here, you do so in a way that mitigates any potential collateral damage to your counterparts, to the facility itself. Somehow you keep it to just the bugs only and wipe out a big chunk of them. A lot of them just kind of fall. You hear this almost spattering as their hard, carcasses just fall to the ground there, dropping them with the one wound there. There's still plenty of them in here, but you've taken out a good chunk. And then, the room, just movement's pretty simple. I don't know if you want to move anywhere, just kind of move back or anything.
I'd probably position myself pretty centrally located where I can kind of hit everything with the flamethrower without having to do more than swivel.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Rosie and Flip. What would you like to do?
What you got, Rosie?
Yeah, that's a good question. If you know what you want to do, go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, I think, Flip, mirroring me as a player, looks to Rosie for instruction as superior officer, and in a moment sees that he can prove himself yet again after his success with the electrical panel. And he goes to take out his combat shotgun and realizes he only has 4 rounds in it and thinks this might not be a good use of it. So he flips it around with the barrel down and just starts golf swinging at these things, trying to take out big chunks of them, like a very aggressive broom sweeping motion.
Okay.
And he's like, get out! And he's just moving forward with a lot of speed and aggression.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me a combat check, and then anything you want to add to that if you have. Hand-to-hand would definitely apply there, which is an expert skill, so you could add 15 to your target number on combat.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so, and yeah, I think I rolled under anyway, 30 over 42. So, and then plus, the extensions.
Yeah, you rolled a 30?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. So the swarm is still pretty massive that, almost any swipe's going to make contact with something. So you go in there and you do. I will say that this does, so similar to the crowbar, I'll say 1d5 plus the number of wounds you have. So you're at 3 wounds.
Yep.
So roll d10, cut it in half, and add 3.
All right. That's going to be a 3. So 1, yeah.
So 6 total. Because you rolled a 3, or sorry, you're right. That you rolled a 3, so yes, 1 point, so 4. Okay. All right.
And the whole time, as the barrel of his weapon is making contact with these creatures and hopefully making a splattering sound, like that's the aim here. But even if not, Flip looks back to the sergeant and just flashes this big grin, like, "Am I doing it?" kind of a look.
You get it. You knock a few out of the ground. They come down, and now as all of them are in here, especially when they get hit with the flamethrower or with the the stock of the gun, they do make this horrific like squealing noise that is definitely not pleasant. A couple of that do fall down to the ground, and maybe you get an extra whack on them. Flip. They break open, and maybe Corporal. This definitely would catch your attention, but the insides like kind of pour out with this yellowish, pussy liquid, internal fluid that just like floats out, from underneath.
No.
The insects now do have the jump on Gunnery Sergeant and Corporal, unfortunately, though, and they swirling around, engulfing most of everyone in here, and lash out with these stingers, these small little, these little tendrils that are on their back, and they just come out and hit out at each of you. Attention.
This is probably gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
That is an 88. That is a critical fail on that for a combat check. Yeah, what do I do for that? Yeah, it's the bad guy. Okay. I will say that I will give the next person that acts advantage on their roll because the bugs are so kind of like focused on trying to attack you, but just for some reason miss through your own movements or evasion, things like that. So we now go to Gunnery Sergeant and Corporal. You are up.
Sure, I'm pulling out my combat knife and we'll see if this does anything. I'm just gonna sort of, whichever one, there's not just one because there's a swarm of them. I'm just sort of lash out with my combat knife and see if I can get them. Which, do I roll strength for that?
Still combat.
Oh, still combat.
Yeah,
Apologies.
but you can add if you got like a skill.
Oh yeah, my hand to hand. So
hand to hand, definitely.
So
that's
41 becomes 56. Of course. Hey, that was a 69. But that fails.
Okay. Do you want one of you have advantage on the rolls? So if you wanna, I'll let you consider it now if you want. Or
Corporal can have it. I already rolled.
okay.
Okay, I'll just seeing like the guts of these.
That's sorry. That's
it.
technically a check, Gunnery Sergeant. So you will take a point of stress up to 5 there.
Okay.
I think. Sorry, Rosie, we didn't. You didn't even go yet, did you?
Nope. That's okay.
Oh.
All right. Do you know what you want to do?
Yeah, I have a boarding axe.
Okay.
So I am basically just like similar to what Flip is doing, but hacking at stuff with the axe.
Okay. So same thing. Combat check. If you have a skill to apply to that, you certainly
I have
can.
hand-to-hand combat, so
Yes. Yep. So add 15 points to your combat skill. That's your target number, and then let it rip.
And I'm sorry, what do I roll for that? It's a
D100
D100
for the attack. Yep.
So that's an 88.
Oh.
Okay. So Yeah. Or okay, so the 5 of you are in the swarm of bugs, and it's at some points a little bit hard to see. These are football-sized insects swarming about you, and you just rear back with your axe, and you go down, and you come down, and you don't hit the ground, but you hear this loud tink, tss, and you smell gas. And Coda, you feel like a little bit of a thud, and you look down, and you see Rosie's axe has pelted into the tank, your reserve tank of your flamethrower, and it is now leaking gas. Say probably like a propane, like a air gasoline, not like a liquid, but but you immediately you can smell it, and it's just leaking out there. I would say that you are aware of this as well, and you could react to probably want to turn off your flamethrower.
I'd like to raise you one if possible, there, Todd. I'd like to reach into it, and I'd like to grab it, and I want to chuck it at the swarm of bugs in the air.
Okay. So,
if possible, if not,
yeah. No, I'm just trying to think of order. We'll do that because Rosie was supposed to go already. So, yes, you hear. Give me a speed check at disadvantage.
You know what? I'm gonna use that inspiration you gave me to make it shrink roll.
Okay, good use.
How big is this room? Out of random curiosity.
I'm not sure. You give me what you're looking for, and I mean, this is a pretty good size.
I just want to know if we're about to all get blown up or not.
Oh, okay.
So the good news is it's not a crit failure, but the bad news is that it is a failure.
Okay. So what the failure means is you can't do what you're after. The axe is still in it. You try to grab it. It's lodged on that axe, and you try to go and don't pull. So further bad news, it's still just a leaking tank of gas.
Cool.
Okay. But as I said, I will allow you, if you think of that, kill that flamethrower. You don't want that ignition there to go off with that.
I would 100% do that, but I don't know if, since I'm already trying to use my reaction to...
No, it's fine. No, it's fine, yeah. All good.
Cool. I'll shut it out then.
All right, now we head to Corporal.
Okay. With my knowledge of firearms, and I smell the gas, are bullets gonna ignite this if it's just in the air?
I will say no. I'll say no. I think like that, to me, that feels very like Hollywood, like yes, like it could. I remember an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger, that he shot a gas tank in a car and it blew up, which I think is not fully
how
feasible.
that works.
But anyway,
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I will say there's probably a potential spark, but we're good.
Okay. Then I'm gonna pull up my pulse rifle and just aim into the thickest part of the bugs, and actually, my pulse rifle has a grenade launcher on it. Is there room in here to blow up a grenade without killing everyone inside?
So a frag grenade is nearby range. The bugs are currently close range. So close is the shortest. So it's like, I think maybe up to 3 feet. So nearby is, I think, goes 5 to 10, maybe 15. I forget what that distance is. So I would say that is, you're going to be in trouble with the grenade.
Okay. It's probably that makes sense. So I'll just shoot them. I'll use bullets.
Okay. Now you have advantage. I forget why, but you do. So.
Because of the... I don't remember why either.
Gunnery Sergeant, what was that for? That I gave to you advantage on? Oh, because the bugs critically failed.
Yeah.
That was what it was.
Right.
There you go. All right.
Okay, so combat with firearms. 26, which is definitely under my...
Yeah, awesome. Did you roll twice?
Yeah, I did. The other one was
cool.
one was 78.
All right. Yeah, so you are able to light up and spray into the swarm of bugs. So go ahead and roll
Damage.
pulse. You said pulse damage or
Yeah, pulse.
pulse looks like 3d10.
Yep. Math is very difficult. 15.
Okay, very nice. You spray into the swarm of bugs, and
Just
4, so 11.
as he's like aiming and like trying not to look at the yellow goo from all the bugs being squashed, that looks horribly like what became of his crewmates. He just does his best to shut it out of his mind and fire through a few of the bugs.
Yeah, you succeed there, and you take out a good chunk of the swarm. They're still definitely there, but you've definitely helped out here. But give me a sanity check.
Yeah,
there,
that's fair.
Corporal.
I'd say that's fair for sure. Sanity save is not a big number. Oh yeah, 48 over 20.
Okay, take another point of stress
Sure.
for that, as this yellow goo just gets to you too much. It's too hard to put that out of your mind while you go through with this. With that, we come back around, and Coda, Rosie, and Flip, you all are able to act if you'd like, or how you'd like.
We're level 2. We're up close and personal. Go first if they want. I feel like I'm still like trying to figure things out with the flamethrower a bit.
Well, I don't think Flip would really notice the smell of gas, or if he did, he'd think it's just like how space smells when bugs attack in an enclosed area. So I don't think he would think much of it, and he's going to... Man, I think he would try to make sure that they have an exit out of this room at this point. So looking at the map, I mean, he knows there's bugs back where they came from the electrical area, so maybe... but medical is back there, which sounds nice. I guess he would head towards the the crew quarters. Maybe to the crew quarters to see if there's any other survivors on this place.
Yeah.
And so he'd not leave the group, but I guess just kind of like maybe try to clear a path to that exit, and then he starts like pulling his arm over his shoulder. He's like, "Come on, guys! I think party's moving this way."
So you rush across the room, and I'll say you enough movement to get over towards the door, and activate that to open it up. Your movement will stop there here within the encounter, but you open up the door. You said crew quarters?
Yeah, I think crew quarters, because he saw that dead crewmate in the back, and so I think now that he sees this attack, he's gonna try to like rally whoever else is on this thing.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a panic check as that door slides open.
Oh boy.
D20.
Never
You gotta
great.
roll over your stress, which is currently at 14.
Oh boy.
I rolled a 12.
Okay. Maybe appropriate. Haunted. You gain a new condition. Something starts visiting you at night in your dreams out of the corner of your eye, and soon it will start making demands. We'll see. We'll see how we can tweak that for the one shot for the rest of the evening. But the reason that you suffer this condition is as you open that door, you see a few more individuals just strewn about the room, all with these stains of blood. You can see a few of them right away that puncture a hole in the back, right at the bottom of their skull, just strewn about the room, clearly lifeless.
If I may, to make a connection to Flip's own past, he had an incident back at base, and he kind of saw a similar scene to this one, actually. So I believe that might be what starts visiting him at night.
Absolutely.
His own memory
Some
of that.
absolute PTSD here in this situation. So, one, you'll get advantage to use on a roll upcoming for that great reference. And then, we're gonna we'll think about how that comes into play otherwise here. Probably just a disadvantage on some certain checks. Rosie and Coda, you're still up. Anything you'd like to do?
Do we all have to roll fear saves? Right?
Oh, you're right. Yes. So, and I'll say maybe via the comms, like if Flip is saying something, whatever, you realize that Flip does freak out. So, other than, so Coda, yours will be a straight fear save. Everyone else will be at advantage given your higher rank. Good call out there.
Oh, advantage so nice, and it didn't even work.
6 for me.
Nice.
3 for me.
Very nice. Corporal? Fail?
64.
Okay, so
And
take a
an
point.
Yep.
And then Coda
75 for
for
me.
a fail. All right, up to
My
15.
dice
Okay.
do not like me at all today.
All right, Coda and Rosie.
I'm gonna look back at the tank and just. Can you watch where you're? I know they're flying everywhere, but we could almost just blow us all up with that. And I'm gonna sling the flamethrower around my back and then just pull out one-handed the SMG and just start blasting.
Okay.
That will be
Yeah.
that'll be a success at 17 under.
Okay.
56.
Awesome. So damage on that is 2d10.
2d10, and that's 7 points of damage.
Okay. Rosie. The swarm continues to dwindle, but still a few remaining lingering
Yeah,
bugs.
having not had great success using the axe before, she is definitely not going to try using that again. And instead is just going to start like punting them out of the way.
Okay. Yeah, so just give a combat check using hand-to-hand for sure.
You did say they are football size. So.
It's true. That's exactly what I was
Yep.
thinking.
Yep.
That is a 17.
Man, great rolls. All right, so you are able to kind of hit a few of these. So just kind of unarmed damage is your current wounds, kind of like your strength. So yeah, you'll 3 points there into. There's not very many of these left, but unfortunately there still are, and they get a chance to try and get in here and go after the rest of you. And I rolled a 4. Hell yeah! So. The remaining bugs will hit and cause. Oh, wrong die. Oof. Okay. 11 points of damage to everyone.
Oof. Oof.
Not Flip. Sorry, Flip is gone. Not Flip. Everyone else, 11 points. As these stingers come out and like sting into you, not in any specific spot, but they do sting into you. And when that happens, there's these strange flashes of imagery in each of your minds. You go through like flashes of like, you think maybe underground, there's tunnels, these caverns, this almost just network of something like a hive, and it just goes into darkness, and you see just swarms and swarms of these bugs just seemingly on the move in these flashes that come and go. And then finally it does lead into a large opening in this cavern where there's a large, like monstrously larger insect, almost kind of like perched in the room as all the other little ones kind of crawl all over it. As some sort of maybe queen or otherwise. Say with that, fear saves for all those that took damage.
Yep.
And then quick point of clarification: armor points. So if we have 7 armor points.
Oh, you're
does
right.
that
You're right.
negate-
Good call
Does
out.
that negate the 7
Yes,
of the 11?
yes, it does. So everyone will take 4 points of damage, but your armor is gone.
Damn.
Good call
Can I,
out.
can I choose to take to keep my armor? Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
Huh.
So it's 7 here or 7 later.
I failed my fear
Oh,
save.
Okay, so take a point of stress there.
I need to get guys.
Corporal,
hell yeah. I succeeded 32 under 47.
awesome. And Coda
No, I'm at 16.
and Rosie.
I succeeded with a 19.
Jeez, oh peaks. Someone check those dice. All right, with that, Logan Call and Jack, you are up. Try and finish out these bugs.
I guess I'll strike again at whatever is in front of me. God damn. That is a failure again.
Oh.
So you take a point of stress there
Yeah.
for that. Got you at 7.
Okay.
And Corporal.
I'm gonna start like backpedaling towards where Flip was calling out,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna shoot a couple bugs as I
Okay.
go. Maybe we'll see. 84. No, I will not be shooting any bugs today.
All right. Point of stress for that as you fail. With that, yeah, so Flip, Coda, and Rosie. There's not very many left. What do you want to do?
I think I'll
Flip,
take
you're
I'll
there in
just
the
take-
other room. Sorry, go ahead,
I'll
Coda.
just- Oh no, you're good. I'll just take another shot.
Okay.
Might as well do what I can. It wants to work when I shoot stuff. Everything else is like no. So that'll be a success. It's 37 over 50 something.
Okay. All right. You are able to spray out and take out the rest of these bugs. Maybe not all of them. Maybe a few of them like skitter off. But you take out the bulk of what was remaining, and they fall to the floor. Their yellow internal fluids, just leaking out. The ground is just covered, and it seems that for now, the room kind of falls quiet, falls silent, and other than maybe the skittering echoing out through the vents of the couple remaining that ran off. Corporal, you head over towards where Flip is. So Flip, you're probably just standing there, maybe just blankly staring into the room as you see the scene of these individuals sprawled about.
As he approaches, Flip says, "I didn't do it."
Yeah, I didn't think you did. Anyone else? Anyone else get bit by one of those things?
No, you got bit.
Well, stung. I'm not entirely sure what the difference is.
Yeah, either way, it felt really weird.
I
Not.
saw some shit.
Oh, good. So I wasn't the only one.
Oh, good. That's actually worse, I think.
Like a
Yeah.
rolling
Okay.
darkness of these things.
Yeah. Tunnels. And a larger insect queen. I don't know. Thing.
Why do eggheads always decide to make their little science stations on the worst planets imaginable?
No idea.
As the 5 of you stand there outside of the crew quarters, Flip still trying to process the scene before them. We're going to take a break. Yo. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you are back with us. Had a good break. I know our players needed a quick one there. Flip, Private Flip, anytime you are in a room with individuals that have shared this fate of the strange wound, you will have disadvantage on your rolls. It's going to be your haunted conditions, so we're going to ramp that up there. So, so we come back as the 5 of them, the swarm of these football-sized, nasty critters had swarmed out into the central control room where they all were, and through some good efforts to put them out. We're able to dispel most of them. A couple of them kind of skittered off, but not without complete, not without some issue. They did get a little bit of stings in, and those that were stung received these strange, almost like memories or visions of potentially, maybe the lair or something of where these bugs come from. But also, Private First Class Flip had ran over to the crew quarters to either recruit some other help or see what was available. And the door opened upon 3 or 4 crew members strewn about the room, lifeless, with those same strange puncture wounds in the back of their bottom of their skull that they found in the one room. And Corporal had just came over. I think the rest of the group as well, and that's where we pick up. I will also say that, Coda, your reserve fuel tank has fully depleted. It still smells like gas, but you feel that, you're relatively confident that any major threat of like explosion or otherwise has dissipated.
Awesome. I'm gonna keep that in there because you never know when a piece of metal will come in handy. But yeah, I'll just kind of keep an eye out.
Keep the empty canister, you're saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the empty canister.
Okay.
Potentially we can jerry rig something later.
Yeah. So you all collect yourselves after this encounter here, and you have definitely gotten a taste of your mission. Get rid of this infestation. So now the question is how?
Well, we can't all go after this entire swarm. Clearly, it's a lot bigger than we're realizing. Anybody have any ideas? Any of you creative sort? I was never the creative sort, so.
Coda, I'll give you a freebie here. Zoologist. So we were kind of wondering about those bugs earlier. Were you one that saw the vision? Did you? Yeah, right? I think the only one was. Flip was the only one that didn't. Whether bugs themselves, insects, part of your education, training in that specific area, but enough that, oftentimes there is a queen or a higher power or whatever for these hives, these colonies, things like that. And if that is here nearby, but usually dispatching that can kind of then render the rest of them out of commission. So
I mean, there's that big one. If we can get through the tunnels to it and we can take it out, we have enough. I would imagine we have enough fuel in the tank that we still have to put it in the ground.
Okay. Great. As long as we don't burst the other reserve fuel. So everybody keep a wide berth from Coda. I guess we could follow. I don't know where we would go to find this.
Todd, did this planet have an atmosphere?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did have breathable atmosphere. It was just
Okay.
the gravity outside of the station was the main element of it. Yeah.
Right, you said it was terrestrial. Yeah, right. Okay. Yep.
Well, when I'm catching bugs with my cousin, we always put down a little bit of bait, and they follow it right up.
All right.
Easy
So
as that.
what's our bait, Flip?
Well, they seem to like us, and I'm taking your point now. They got like something else, though. I mean, how were they surviving before the station got here?
Good question.
That's actually a good question.
Maybe they like beer.
I mean, who doesn't?
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, Sarge.
their alcoholic preferences notwithstanding, we still need to figure out where they're coming from. We don't, at this point, know how they're getting into the station.
I mean, do we all want to take a trip up the vents?
I mean, the
No.
vents all lead to the other rooms, right? So, I mean, we could just go room to room and clear them all out.
Rosie and Flip would also, recall seeing that initial one outside that research pod, and then that other research pod that they were trying to push the door open as well.
Well, if y'all saw an underground situation, does that mean we gotta go down? Or you think it's somewhere from here?
No, it definitely looked underground to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looked
agreed.
Can I try something real quick? And I'm gonna go and I'll walk over to one of the dead ones, and I'm gonna grab the stinger off of it, and like I'm gonna make sure it's still connected to the body, but I'm going to prick my hand with the stinger.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen, if somebody's gonna do it, it's gonna probably be me. Somebody else can handle the flamethrower if I go down, I would imagine.
There is, that prick of pain as you go in your hand. You're kind of controlling that, so it's not really anything. Take a point of damage for that. But as if it was a, kind of like a bad signal. So it was like before, it was a little bit flashes here and there, but it was very clear and whatnot. This was like you get little bits of what you had saw before, but sputtering. So you kind of assume maybe like the juice is running out of it, and so no longer really sending that signal.
All right. Well, so we can 100% track where we are in relation to whatever this hive mind queen is through the stingers. However, they need to be alive. So if we can get a live sample or a live one, we might be able to self-induce. Wow, the doctor really got to me with all the smart talk. Self-induce the visions that we saw when we got stung the first time.
Sarge and I have a bunch in a closet back there. They're still there.
It's true.
All right. Let's go see if we can wrangle a football-sized bug.
How much money do we get paid for this trip?
Not enough.
Yeah. They didn't disclose the money price to me. They just said it would be good and worth your time. So.
That's what they always say, though.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it sounds like a good idea to me. Let's give it a shot.
Flip will lead the party back over to the place where all the little leg confetti fell when he closed the door.
Yeah.
And do we hear anything coming from inside?
You do not. It does seem pretty quiet. The hallway almost eerily so that extend off to the either side, left and right, and down. Things do seem pretty quiet. There's a little bit of, maybe mechanical noises and things like that, but for the most part, it's pretty quiet. You do see on the ground a few of these little legs that you had just witnessed there, and maybe a few that seem to be stuck at odd angles in the doorway itself as well.
I didn't lock it.
Well, who's opening the door and who's catching a bug?
I'll open the door.
I was never good at football.
I'll try catching it.
I can help you with that. I mean,
Okay.
I would imagine we need to the door needs to open. We need to try to grab one and then close the door with as little of the other ones coming out as possible.
Okay.
Does the door have a porthole that we can see inside?
No.
Okay.
So you go in and pull that door open, And as you do, the legs that were like stuck in the doorway fall to the ground. It's scatter. But then you just look into the small, maybe 4-foot round kind of tube room that is dimly lit. And at the back of the room, there's just this dark tunnel that opens up down into the ground. But there are no bugs that you can see here.
Well,
So look at that.
Good news. We don't have to capture a bug.
bad news. There's certain to be more of them down there.
Well,
Good news, we have a flashlight.
And good news, now we know where, the head of this whole colony is.
Bad news, we're still probably gonna die.
Okay.
Good news
All right,
is we
well.
might get paid. We might this time.
Bad news, we probably are not going to get paid.
We're going to end on good news. Good news, we are going to figure it out and it'll all just be fine. All right? No more bad news. Stop it.
Yes,
I will
Sarge.
Copy
march
that,
over-
Gunny.
Yeah. I will walk over to the hole. Flip, you said you had a flashlight?
I do.
Okay. Would you mind? Do you mind shining it down?
Oh yeah, they don't like it, and he'll flip it on, and he'll kind of do a one of those spin moves so that it spins around in his hand once before he flips it on, trying to be cool, and shines it down into the light or the tunnel.
Nice.
Give me a give me a speed check.
No, great,
He drops it.
great. Oh, that's good. That's a 12 over.
Okay, all right.
37.
So you go and you flip around and it aims the right way. You don't have a mishap and have it the wrong way to shine in your face.
Or tumble down the tunnel.
Yeah.
So you turn the light on, and it illuminates the tunnel. You see, it's this earthen. It's definitely of the planet itself down in there. Something else though that definitely strikes you is that while the bugs may have had contributed to building this tunnel, this research pod looks specifically set up around the tunnel as well. So the bugs didn't burst up and out. It might be part of whatever fucking research they got going on here. Well, you shine down into this, dark brown, tan-colored, rocky, sandy-looking tunnels here, and you can see it goes down. The larger main tunnel that feeds down, and then you can see it's very porous. There's other holes most of the other holes are at minimum, about the size of those bugs, and range in various sizes like that, just dotting all edges of the tunnels here. There's some that kind of like a connected, of like almost like a column, like stalactite, stalagmite connection there, here and there a little bit. But yeah, for the most part, you just see that tunnel. It kind of goes down a little bit and then curves away from view. It's a bit like probably flattens out.
Flip, you know what I hate? I hate researchers who decide to contribute to the problem rather than to stop the problem. All in the name of science.
Sarge, that's why I left school.
Oh. Okay. I never
that-
went.
Is that
So-
why?
No. They kicked me out.
Oh.
Oh, what?
Well, it's probably because you were too good for them.
Thanks, Sarge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Education's not for everyone. It wasn't for me
Definitely
either.
Let's kill some bugs.
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
Flip will, I don't know, how steep is this tunnel?
The first little bit, it would be. It seems pretty steep, that angle's there until it angles off. So, yeah.
Oh, friendly reminder that there might not be artificial gravity down there, so you might feel a little bouncy. Just shuffle. Don't
Okay.
try to take big steps. You'll bounce yourself into the ceiling.
Okay. Good to know. Great advice. Do you want to go first, Flip, or do you want me to go first?
Oh, I'll do what you say, there, Sarge.
All right.
I just didn't want to steal your thunder.
Oh no, please steal it. I don't mind. People steal my thunder all the time, so you're good.
All right, well, woohoo! And he jumps into the hole.
So you just see Flip head forward and fall in, and there's a strange sensation for you, Flip, as you get down, because you kind of start off right away as everyone would expect, like falling right away. But as you get maybe like halfway down before it makes that turn, there's, you hit like, on a roller coaster, those G-forces hit a little bit as the gravity changes. And, stomach almost up in your throat for a moment and balance out. You still fall, but it kind of slows you a decent amount there. But go ahead and give me a body save as you do fall in.
97? Is that gonna cut it?
Oh, no.
It is not gonna cut it. Another point of stress there got you up to 15, yeah, you come down and take 5 points of damage as you unfortunately hit something pretty rough on the way down. All right, who else?
It's all right. I think if you're careful, he'll call back up to everyone.
Sounds good. All right, we'll go next.
Okay. Any change in method or just hopping on in?
I'm going carefully.
So, say that you like kind of scooch over to it, and rather than like jumping in, like kind of let yourself down slowly and maybe like easing into a pool or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let yourself go from the edge. And you do kind of have that very initial drop, but then that gravity change hits you, and you begin to fall at this slower pace there. So go ahead and give me a body save as well.
Oh, that's fine. It's a 6.
Very nice. Okay. Yeah, you are able to kind of stomach that change in the gravity as well, and also with your slow entrance into the tunnel as well, catch yourself when you land, so there's no issues there.
Thanks, Flip. That helped. Everybody come down carefully. Sort of wade in to the hole. Don't do
Charlie
Mario
Chocolate
jump.
Factory, like bubble room.
I'm gonna look back. Should I go next since I have the flamethrower?
Yeah, probably should get the flamethrower down there.
Works
ASAP.
for me.
All right. I'm gonna hold it. I imagine I have some sort of like swing. I'm imagining it very, very like alien style, where it's on like a little like mechanism connected to my body. So I'll hold on to the front end of it, and I'll swing it into like a frontward position, and then I'll hold my SMG in the other hand, finger off the trigger, and then I'm going to like squat down and like sit, and I'm like kitty slide down this thing.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
just like scooch as I go to try to avoid being hurt.
Give me a body save as well as you hit this gravity, this change in gravity there.
84, so that's a fail.
Okay, so point of stress there, and you unfortunately will also take 5 points of damage. Your arms are full, and the gravity change does hit you, and because of that combination, despite trying to be a little more careful, you kind of like trip as you come in and bump, get some bumps and bruises on the way down pretty significantly. Rosie up next.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, so Rosie's gonna really just like sort of do that very cautious, like, hands on each side, like going really slowly, but trying to like not fall, but probably doesn't do that very well.
So yes, you hop in and slowly go down. Give me a body save.
That is a 27.
Is that a success?
It is.
All right, yeah. So you are able to deal with this change in the gravity there, and it helps with, with making that safer landing as you kind of come down and avoid any issues there. So last up is Corporal.
Okay. I'll
You
head
can-
down.
Yeah, you have 0G. You'll be good on that as you manage that
Okay.
change there and come down and slowly, surely get down to the base of here. As I said, so it's pretty almost a straight shot, and then it starts to curve. It looks like there's points where it opens up here and there. Some parts are a little more narrow where you almost have to crouch, but it does seem like it opens up further ahead. It's pitch black, other than any lights that you might have.
So far, so good. Flip, you want to stick to the front with that light of yours? I'll stand right beside you. We can walk, side by side.
Yeah, Sarge, that'd be great. I would be honored, and if anything comes out, I'm gonna punch it.
Okay, sounds good. Me too.
He'll stride forward. He's got his flashlight. He'll take out his combat shotgun. I think 4 rounds worth of not messing around, and head on out down the tunnel.
5 of you creep forward down this tunnel, again, echoing out through these side little holes. You just chatter in the distance, but just you can sense there's tons of activity. But then some. Go ahead.
I actually have infrared goggles. I don't know if they see through walls, but I'd like to pop them on.
Let me grab a description here just to see. Didn't you learn your lesson with the
Yeah, but I'm not.
bioscanner?
Yeah, but my character's not a coward this time. I don't
Infrared goggles allows to see heat signatures, sometimes up to several hours old. Great point of reference there.
Think. Yep.
Okay, so, I don't know. I mean, this is make believe. We'll say that the bugs have a heat signature. Kind of feel like bugs might not have them. I don't know. Regardless, pop those babies on. Let's go straight with a panic check there, Corporal.
Oh no.
As it just lights up and you just see dots and dots and dots. And
checks out.
I don't know the distance here, but deep within you see a very, very large heat signature as well.
Very good. Great. All
Panic
right.
check, going for a 14 or better.
That is a 12.
Oh, okay. So, like Flip, you are also haunted, and you, like, seeing this, it just hits you in the soul, knowing that you are surrounded by these critters.
Just like very slowly. Gang. They're everywhere.
Let's see. 99 dream, blah, blah, blah. I think what I'll do with haunted, and just kind of a little, and I'll do this for Flip as well. What I'll do is say, as it's kind of this haunted and vision thing, anytime, so for you, Jack, basically anytime you're around these bugs now, you need to make a, we'll say a fear save, to engage in combat. Otherwise you'll have disadvantage, like that. So that's what we'll say for that. So just because otherwise it's a condition that really is more for a longer term situation there. And so then Flip, same for you. If you run into these individuals, it more just a fear save and then to carry out. So you throw those on, Corporal, and you see, these dots, just small dots of these heat signatures all over. And then deep within, you can tell this pulsing, a massive one as well. But then what catches you deeper in the tunnel, you look over, and there's not medium size compared to the large one, but definitely much larger, maybe closer to, I guess, what you would consider to be humanoid heat signature up ahead.
Oh. Like, does the outline of it look like a person, or does it look like a humanoid-sized bug?
I'll say like person. It's more of like maybe a little bit of the head and then body. You're not seeing appendages. It's weak, but you can see that definitely sticks out because it's definitely different than the other signatures. Other ones are a little bit more of like blips, but
okay, something's up ahead. Not sure what it is.
Should we go inspect it?
Yeah.
Let's punch it.
We'll hold off on the punching, but I think that way, and I'll point the direction of the dismembered individual. Who knows? We'll see.
I also want to make a point. Jack panics, right? So we have to make a fear
oh
save.
yes, yeah. Thank you for that. And so, Gunnery Sergeant, you are good with a advantage. But
So
everyone
it's
else.
Rosie, right?
Oh yes, Rosie as well. Yes, Rosie, you have advantage on this. Flip and Coda, you have disadvantage on your fear save. Oh no.
I critically
Listen,
failed.
I'm like 100%
no.
sure I'm gonna fail.
Coda?
Yeah, that's a 59, so that's a fail.
Okay. Point of stress there. Rosie?
32, so that's a success.
All right. And Flip?
62, fail.
Okay, so 1 point of stress for the privates. I've got Coda at 18, Flip at 16. Rosie's just cool as ice at 6 points of stress there. Corporal, I've got you at 13, and then let's see here. Take 3 points of stress there, Gunnery Sergeant. Put you up to 10. And then roll a panic check.
No. Just have to get above a 10.
Yep, 11 or more.
Nope.
That's a 7. That is a 7.
Okay. So nightmares is your condition. You have disadvantage on all comfort saves. So probably won't really come up here as well. So, but yeah. Let's see. Maybe workshop that again.
We have to do that again.
Technically you would all this chain reaction begins as Corporal panics and then Gunnery Sergeant panics. So now everyone is at disadvantage on your next fear saves. Gunnery Sergeant Logan, we'll say for this, what it actually will be is if you fail your fear save after someone else panics, Gunnery Sergeant, you will then have disadvantage on your rolls for the next while, like maybe like 10 minutes or something, like 1d10 or minutes or something like that. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
Ooh. Nope.
We doing this again?
Yep.
God damn it. No.
Clocking in with a 94.
Oh.
Okay. Rosie.
87.
Okay.
Hey, same.
And Coda.
Yeah, not surprising here, but I failed. Yeah, it was like
Not crit failed, right?
No, it was a 65.
Okay, you're good. The crit fail would call for another panic check, but we're there.
No.
Coda is at 19 points of stress. He only can get one more to 20, and what happens after that is any further stress gained comes off of whatever relevant stat he rolled. So if he failed an intellect check and it caused stress, then that intellect score goes down by whatever stress he would have gained there. So keep that in mind. Y'all could, maybe
pass.
cuddle off
Pass.
into a side hole here and try to get some comfort too. I mean, that's always an option.
Have a beer,
wanna-
smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got plenty of
that
beer.
would actually.
You got some of
I
your
got
vices or
my
whatnot,
youth.
you can definitely do that.
Yeah, beer sounds great right now, actually.
I'll You know what? I'll light the flamethrowers so we get a little bit of that campfire vibe going.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Todd, how much stress on that last round? For
Just 1
fails?
point.
Just one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got you at 17.
Is this infrared signal that looks like a dismembered person, like, is it fading? Or is it-
It's like pulsing a little bit. It's pretty faint, but it's just kind of, it's a little bit like leaned up against, there's a little bit of like a leaning, because you probably can't see structures,
Probably
but
not.
you see them.
Yeah.
They're a little hunched. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Do you all want to? Yeah, I'll give you. You pull off and do a little side core. There's like a dead end here, and try to catch your breath and whatnot. So it's a really tough comfort roll. But D100, you have to get under a 15, and if you succeed, you can reduce stress.
Flip is 100% passing around beer that he has in his water
If-
canteen.
Okay, so you can have advantage through consensual sex, drug use, alcohol, prayer, or other leisure activity. So anyone having a beer or lighting up a whatever, things like that.
I'm gonna have a beer and then I'm gonna pass out. I'm just gonna open up my bag and I have tons of the cheese puffs and I'm gonna start passing them out.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
to
good.
Everybody, stress eat cheese puffs. The way
Okay.
to go.
Perfect.
Sounds like a normal Friday for me,
Right?
No. Who
Cheese
knew
puffs
that
and beer.
Oops All Marines was going to be so relatable?
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, go to
advantage.
take advantage on those rolls. Yes.
Technically, I have disadvantage on that, so it would be a straight roll for me
From
from the one that I rolled for my panic, right?
yes, yeah, because I'll say like that applies now. So yeah.
Oh, I
So
failed.
straight roll, yeah.
I got a 12.
All right.
How much did we lose? Just one
So
point?
I'll do. Technically, it's like the tens of whatever you rolled. So for this, you'd only be able to do 1 point, but 1d10 cut in half, I'll say.
Lose 3.
I got my low one was
3 down there, Corporal.
40, a
Yeah.
46.
Down to 11.
11. Okay. Coda, sorry. Did you succeed?
No, a 46.
Okay. Rosie and Flip.
I had an 86.
Okay. What was your other one?
95.
Oof.
I,
Flip.
7. That's
Nice.
success.
So 1d10 and cut in half, and
That's a 3 for me.
Yeah, I rolled a 1. So
okay.
Exciting.
So 1 point of stress, or you got you down to 16 there. Okay. All right. So some of you do find some comfort in this brief moment of respite as you not sure what you're getting into.
Jack takes a cheese puff, like, eats it. Those are actually really good.
I know. I was against it at first, and then they persistently just kept eating them on our mission. Eventually had to give in and try one.
Something about the syntheticness of the cheese is really...
Oh no, it says real cheese, made with real cheese on the bag.
If that's... If those things have been within a planetary sector of a cow, I will give you all of my money. No shot. No chance that that's real.
I mean, I don't know. I'm believing the labeling here. It's pretty good.
It is pretty good. Are you okay, Coda?
No.
pats your back right in the middle with a big thump. Work hard, party harder, friend. And he hands you another thing of beer.
When
Just get
you
him
hit me in the
wasted.
bag, he'll let out like a little beer burp, and then just open up the next one and start drinking it. Corporal, I don't think I should have this anymore. I don't think I mean, maybe I should. I could just run in there, but I don't know.
Why don't you Why don't you keep it for now? What's the worst that could happen?
The last time someone said something.
Yeah, I regret
yeah,
saying
okay,
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, I could die. That's pretty bad. We could also not get paid. That might be worse.
That's what I keep coming back to.
I feel like death is a little bit more severe, but at least you wouldn't have to worry about not getting paid.
Here's the thing. If I die and y'all don't get paid, who's the real loser there? Like, that's the thing.
I think it's still you.
I think it's yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think. Maybe, I don't know.
Depends how much we're talking. That's never been established.
Yeah. Well, they didn't tell us that there were bugs when they obviously knew. They didn't tell us they were digging into this tunnel system to study bugs, or maybe they made them bigger. Who knows? They obviously knew. They didn't tell us how much money we're making. They also didn't tell us if we died, does the money that we earned go to our families? Probably not.
Probably not. If we don't complete the mission, then we don't make any money.
True.
This is why all y'all are in charge. And he'll pour out a little bit of the beer from his flask or his water skin and take a very close look at it with the flashlight to see if it attracts any bugs. He's still testing the bait theory.
There is, you sit and stare at it. It soaks into the ground a little bit. It's not like a true hard rock structure, but yeah, it kind of slowly soaks in a little bit. But yeah, nothing really seems to come out in that regard. But you do hear this.
We should probably go check on that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's right.
okay,
Yep.
yeah. Cheese puffs over. I will wipe off the synthetic cheese on my
100% real cheese.
Yeah, 100% real.
Recollect yourselves after your moment of rest, however restful that could have been, and head back out the small little side corridor you went down, and you see now, like, without aid of the infrared, but there's this individual in a kind of like technician lab coat that you would have seen from upstairs, wandering down, like sliding against the side of the corridor. His face just, like, his tongue is like hanging out of his mouth. He's drooling. He just looks, just has a stupor over his face, and just like dragging along. One of his arms hangs, and he has a like heavy knife in it, just like clutching this knife as he just kind of like slowly, like kind of like crawls along the wall of the cavern towards you.
Can I punch him now?
Hold on a sec. That's actually not my call.
Why don't we see what where am I? Sir, friend, you there with the knife. I would call out.
There is no response. They just continue to stare off, like almost cross-eyed again, just drooling and incoherently babbling, sliding against the wall, coming closer to you, but shows no sign of recognizing any of you at all.
Is there a rock that I can grab and throw at this person?
Sure.
Okay. I kind of pick up a rock and I go to like try and hit him in like the chest area.
Okay. Yeah. You go and throw it and hits right off him and seems like doesn't really faze him.
Can I circle around behind him, get a glimpse of the back of his head?
Yeah. So you do, and you see at the base of his skull a severed tendril. You see something sticking out of his head with a crude severed cut that comes out the back of it at the end of the tendril there. But the tendril is still inserted into the back of the skull there.
Oh, Does it look like the bug's stingers, or does it?
It's definitely bigger, but yes. Similar, but yes.
Ooh. He's got one of those stingers coming out of the back of his head.
Okay.
I don't think he's alive.
What is he doing down here, and for what reason? Flip, you can punch him.
All right, thanks, Sarge. He runs forward, arms ready, and he goes to punch with the right, but he ends up fainting and punches with the left.
Okay, give me a combat check with hand to hand.
Completely blew the mind of this guy that was just not paying attention.
Didn't see it coming.
Oh, it's
What's
a fail.
over here?
A fail?
59.
Okay.
59 over
no.
42.
Well, point of stress there, back to 17.
He doesn't have advantage for this guy being totally catatonic.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Go ahead and
Yeah.
actually, you probably don't even need to roll, but you just punch him. To be honest.
No, I want to
and-
see how bad I punch him. I'm gonna roll with advantage. No, I still fail. So just for the record.
So yeah, I mean it's still dark. Like so, if you're the only light source in here, however you're holding that light, you go. What hand are you holding the light in?
Probably with the right. I think he's right-handed.
Okay, so you go up and you said you were gonna punch with the right hand, right?
Feint and then punch with the left. So he
Right,
comes
right.
at him with the flashlight hand.
Yeah, so flashlight hand and like you're holding the flashlight, so it turns and then everything goes dark in front of you. There's a little bit of that ambient light, but you're like, so they're like, oh shit, and you go, then you just kind of miss with that second attempt there.
This all checks out.
But the individual just continues to just drag, just stupor, just
Missed him,
completely
Sarge.
incoherent.
I missed him.
Well, it was a good try. Well, I feel like we should just put him out of his misery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I walk up behind him and pull the tendril out of his skull.
Okay.
No, why
Yeah.
would
So
you
it
do
comes out relatively easily. And pulls out, and immediately like blood does start to kind of gush out, and he almost like he convulses a little bit, and there is like a moment where the gibberish like does become coherent, and it's like as if you were trying to dial in like a radio station or something, like something is trying to connect, but you're just getting bits and pieces of words, just like Queen must stop research, whatever, and then he collapses. In between all that, there's gibberish and that, and then yeah, just like he's glitching out, and then he just falls over and collapses.
Well, I'm not gonna say he deserved it, but he was researching, so.
You can see he does still seem to be breathing.
Oh shit, he's alive? Good. Is the tendril that I have in my hand doing anything?
No, just limp.
Gross.
Flip will grab both his shoulders, similar to what he did with the corpse earlier, and prop him up against the side of the tunnel, slap his chest twice. All right, fella?
He's like passed out, so there's no response, but you can tell he's alive. Barely,
Well-
but
Should we leave him here?
Yeah, if we make it out, we'll take him. If not, he's not any better off than we might be. So, yes, Coda.
Would I know? Like, I'm gonna do like quick like aha moment. Do bugs like this, would they reproduce by putting parasites within?
no, you don't think that's what this is at all. No.
Okay, cool. Just getting the vibe.
Give me an intellect check.
Can I use my zoology? Or is that something different?
What's that?
Can I use zoology with that?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
All right. It only adds it to a 37, so it's not like I'm gonna actually get this. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no, that was an 85. I thought it was an 88 for a second.
Okay. Yeah, you're not really sure. Like something about the situation definitely hits you. I mean, you tested out the theory of the stingers, and you made this connection to whatever, this greater maybe hive mind or whatever. But there wasn't, beyond that, there wasn't really any issues. But now you come across this individual that, had one of these tendrils still in their head, severed, and just seemed to be, incoherent. And then you pulled it out, and it seemed like things were trying to correct, but then it just was too much, and he passed out.
Never mind. It was just a thought.
Don't hurt yourself. It hurts sometimes.
I know. I'm starting to get a headache right now. Anyway.
Well, before you hurt yourselves any further, maybe we just move on.
Yes, Sarge.
Does this guy have an ID card on him or anything like that?
Yeah. Just shows that he's one of the technicians here at the station.
Flip clicks on the flashlight again and continues forward in the tunnel. Keeping an eye out for any other entrances other than the one they're heading towards.
Okay.
He's, after having heard that they're everywhere, he's a little worried that they're going to come out from the sides.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have shared where the big bug is and pointed us in the right
You still
direction.
have those on? Took them off? What?
I'll check them every so often.
Okay. You do notice that the small blips, there's not really any movement. You don't really ever notice any movement. You just see these static blips, but they're all over the place.
Oh. Okay, so in my panic, I didn't see this, but the smaller blips aren't moving. It might be hibernating or something. I don't know how bugs work.
I mean, yeah, likely they stay dormant until awoken.
Well, let's try not to wake him up until we're on our way out of here.
Sounds like a good idea.
Understood. And he'll sometimes turn the flashlight off. When he gets a good sense of what's ahead, he'll turn it off for a little bit and then turn it back on, just to buy them some time in the dark without just disturbing anything.
Continue forward. Slowly, steady. Winding through the cavern. Things remain dark, cramped. Deeper into this area. Also the gravity, of course, is different here. So those movements are very odd. You do feel like you kind of almost float through them. And you come out to what seems like an opening in the cavern, in the corridor there. And there is this, there's what you can assume to be kind of like, work lighting. So these long fluorescent tubes of lighting that illuminate this area to give you light. Definitely brought here by somebody else. They are a very deep red color, and kind of dotting around. What illuminates this cavern that opens up, and it's just, there are holes in other caverns all over the place. This massive dome full of it. But you see these little like pods just littering the cavern all over the place, almost like maybe an egg or something similar, just all over the room. And you do see a few of the bugs as well that do seem to be dormant to some state. But there's this very, in the center of the room, you do see illuminated, only maybe like close, most of the halfway up, because that lighting isn't super bright. It shines out to the edges of the walls, but illuminating a good 3/4 of this large potential queen of these insects that kind of props is sitting up there almost like on their back, haunches there, but these tendrils, multiple tendrils that come off their back, and they're just kind of like slowly slithering there underneath it. You do see another researcher nearby as well, just face down, kind of like blood pouring out from the base of their neck as well. As the arms just kind of sit there as this large queen insect just sits. I think fear checks all around.
Yeah, what the fuck? Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Thank God, finally.
Gunnery
Finally,
Sergeant?
a turn.
That is a fail.
Just a standard fail.
Yep, just
Okay.
standard.
11 stress for you. Corporal.
66.
That is not a regular success.
No, it's
Or a
not.
fail, I should say. You will take 5 points of stress and give me a panic check.
Oh, of course. You got it, boss.
You got to get over a 16 there, friend.
Finally succeeded on one of these.
Oh, that's a 5.
Okay. Coward. You must make a fear save to engage in violence or you flee.
Oh, Jesus.
Shit.
Coda? You said you succeeded?
I succeeded, yes.
All right. Rosie.
Got a big ol' 100.
0-0?
Yep.
That's a critical success. That's good. Fantastic. Insane dice. Insane.
Good, good, good.
Flip
22.
for success,
Yes.
I assume. Awesome. Critical
There you
success
go.
there as well. So, great. With those 2 critical successes, I will say that you don't need to make the additional fear save because Corporal panicked. Gunny and Coda, unfortunately, you do need to make fear saves. So, Coda, yours is at disadvantage.
I'm so sorry.
Shit.
I'm a coward.
Damn it, now I'm gonna go to... I just saved! I'm trying so hard not to hit 20.
13.
Oh shit, hang on. Oh my God!
No way.
I rolled the exact same number twice and they're both 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a success. And
Hang
Logan,
on.
Logan Call, you said,
Oh, I got a 13.
which is a success, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. All right. So you enter into this room and you see this monstrosity before you, and it just causes, almost panic in all of you. Corporal, you do go through the panic and just are on edge. You're not sure if you can deal with this. You try to hold it together, but the rest of you, you see that and push through. You hear you're at the end. You have to finish this job. What's your move?
We just start going at her with everything we got. What's anyone
Go
else?
to the bug.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
The best
Flip says,
idea I've
and
heard
he
all day.
takes out his combat shotgun and gets ready to fire. He's gonna fire. What the hell? He's gonna fire. Right at the center.
Going right into it.
Of
Okay.
the bug.
All right. So, you come out, and I'd say, I'd assume there's probably some discretion as you approached here, but at this point, and you just see that, the arms and the tendrils of the creature really begin to animate and move about. And there's this loud hiss that comes through and echoes through the cavern, and you hear deep within it the sound, but the queen seems to react and look towards you as you do. With that, Flip, go ahead and give me a speed check.
Is anyone else firing, or is it just Flip?
Could I have handed off my submachine gun to somebody?
If you wanted, say prior
Yeah.
to, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whichever one of you guys, either Rosie or Logan, I'll hand it off to whichever one of you would rather have it.
I'll
So I'll
take
be
it.
using the flamethrower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Success with a 20.
Awesome. Okay, so everyone else actually go ahead and make speed checks. Basically just to see where you act against this
Well.
creature.
There's a 10, so I guess I'll run away before everyone else gets a chance to fire.
Well, what was that on your speed check?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then we do need to do the
Was that a sanity check for
no,
that?
it's a fear check.
Fear check. Okay. Ooh, that's a lot better, actually.
I put the stats for the SMG in Discord. Oh, that's the wrong Discord. That's embarrassing.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
SMG is 2d10 damage.
It's got
pretty
two
much.
full max left.
Okay, so we have a success for Corporal and Flip on the speed check. Gunnery Sergeant.
Success. Got a 4.
Awesome. Okay. Rosie.
That was a 97.
Okay. And Coda
I
on your
got an
speed
el-
check.
I got an 11.
Wow.
Which would be a
Okay.
success.
Nice.
It is critical success. So I'll let you go like right away first. Kind of say like you hear the cocking of the shotgun and you realize you have to act now. And with that, is there any? I'll give you advantage on your action there for that critical success. So, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a step. I'm just gonna take a half step forward, enough to like impose myself in front of everybody else, like with enough of a barrier to impose myself in front of this thing and everybody else. And yeah, I'm just gonna start blasting, flame on, flamethrower, just going straight at it. With
Flame?
advantage.
Sure.
Yeah, with advantage, that's gonna be a 21 to hit, or a 21 not to hit, but 21. Which is
Comment, yeah. So
success.
which is a success. Awesome. Yeah. So again,
Yeah.
you are able to spray out this creature with the flames, and avoid any collateral damage. Really down here it's not that big of an issue because up in the station you don't want to damage the station itself as well. But yeah, you just kind of let the flames go out and it sprays at, and there's this wail this wail from the creature as it cries out in pain as you do hit it, and you feel that you definitely hit it for some significant damage there. Yeah, causing the wound. Go ahead and roll, and we didn't do this before, but there is a fire. Go ahead and roll a d10, please.
8.
8. Okay.
I forgot there's like crit tables for
So
different types
yeah,
of
so
damage.
there is a wound table. Every time you take a wound, you roll on the table. And so this does cause a wound here. You set this thing on fire. It just erupts and crawls up the whole entire body of the thing, and it just lets out a wail in pain there. All right, let's go. Corporal, your fear save?
Fear save. Come on. That's a 19.
That's a success, I think, right?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. All right, so you will not flee. You can stick around. So you,
Right.
I think Rosie, you had failed the speed check, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So Gunnery Sergeant, Corporal, and Flip, you are all up. I know Flip, you were taking a shotgun, so you can go ahead and do that if you want.
Yeah, as the thing, it's crawling up the wall while it's on fire.
No, it's in the center of the room, and it's
Okay.
just like reacting to that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but there's some flailing happening then, or it's still
Yeah. Oh,
on
it's
its
definitely
haunches.
flailing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he'll close one eye and stick his tongue out like through his lips, and then take very careful aim and try to hit the very center of it. He's gonna fire
Okay.
at it. So it's a combat roll.
Yes. You can add military training to that for sure.
Oh, great.
If you want.
Is
It's
that the gun
pretty
that I shot Indy's character with?
Yeah.
Combat shotgun.
Yep.
Yes.
22. That's a
That's a critical success. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, it is.
Awesome. Okay. So, with that, weapon, combat, shotgun. So we roll on the gunshot wound table. It causes a wound. Man, you're cooking right through this. Go ahead and roll a d10.
Alrighty. That's what happens when you call all these Marines to the table. We got a 10.
0.
A 0, yes.
Okay. Yep. For the tables, it start at the 0. So that's actually on these tables, 0's like the lowest result. But for a gunshot, you graze it. It does kind of knock it out. Like you graze one of his legs, and it causes it to kind of like tumble over, like lean over a little bit. Still kind of like singed on fire and whatnot. But yeah, still a significant hit there. Corporal and Gunnery Sergeant.
grenades. How big is this thing?
I'd say a good like 10, 12 feet tall.
Is that enough
Large.
that I can shoot a grenade at the top of it and it won't hit us down here?
No, it won't, because I'm pretty sure with range.
Forget what the ranges are.
So,
frag grenades are nearby, or not nearby.
yeah, frag grenade is anyone nearby,
Okay.
and then I don't have that bookmarked. Nearby is 15 to 30 feet is that range.
Shit.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
well, never mind on the grenades then. I'm just gonna shoot it. That's very sad, though. I would like to use the grenade launcher. Maybe I will. All right. Oh no, that's an 87. That
All
is
right, so
not gonna work.
you go and spray and just you do not connect with anything here, even despite the size of the target. But it's tough to dial it in. That fear's still
freaking
kind of
out.
peeking at you. You're up to 17 stress as well for that fail.
Yeah.
Gunnery Sergeant.
I am going to sort of look at everyone. I'm going to hold up the combat knife that I have and be like, give this hive hell, y'all. And I'm just going to salute with the knife and I'm going to run towards this thing.
Oh my god.
I don't have anything else on me.
That's the
Come
energy I
prepared.
like.
I will go over to one of the like tentacles that are like on the floor and try
Yeah.
and like slice at it if I can.
Combat
Since it-
check, and I think you had hand-to-hand as well,
Yep.
right?
So it's going to be a 56 to get under.
All right.
I love that the gunnery sergeant doesn't have a gun.
It is a 48 under, so
Success. Awesome.
success.
Okay. So combat knife is simply,
It's just a
I think it's just probably like a, is it wound damage knife?
yeah.
I don't see knife on here. It's more. It's definitely not as much as like the Vibe Shetty.
No.
In equipment, let's see. It's not listed in equipment here. That was on your loadout.
Yep.
Combat. No. Oh,
loadout.
scalpel. Is scalpel
Yeah.
on there? Scalpel. There you go. 1d10 damage. There you go.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. Oh, that is an 8.
Very nice. Okay. So you rush forward and slash into one of the tentacles and do a pretty good cut. I'll say maybe even like cut through one of them, and the rest of them definitely writhe in pain under that, and there's a reaction. It is, as Rosie is still kind of like taking everything in, processing, the large queen is going to get an opportunity to react and is going to go ahead and, with you right there, just cutting at that. The tendril is going to, one of the other tendrils is going to writhe up around you and catch you in the back of the skull. And the rest of you just see Logan there just like kind of like get caught like that. And lift it up and then turn towards the rest of you. And he begins speaking. This warbled, dark, choppy language begins coming out of. It's somewhat in Gunnery Sergeant's voice, but there's definitely just a strange cadence to it and whatnot, and just calls out and says, "Why do you intrude on our world?"
We don't know science. We're not with them. Put them down.
I will put all of you down unless you leave our home.
Corporal. Oh, you're
Think you're
muted.
muted? Corporal, you muted.
It.
There
Don't
you go.
look at me. Moral quandaries are above my pay grade.
I don't know what a quandary is. Sarge!
Shit.
I think moral
And yeah.
quandaries are above all of our pay grades.
I think that's true.
I
Isn't that
do
where
know
rocks come
this.
from?
He's going to cock the shotgun again and fire at the tendril that's holding onto the gunnery sergeant.
Okay.
Well, that is a
Rosie
decision
does get to
made.
go. Does have an
That's it.
opportunity
Okay,
here.
that's
So
his
Rosie,
intention.
but yeah, that's fine. Rosie.
Yeah. So Rosie is going to use the weapon that was just handed to her.
Okay.
So
So yeah, combat check. You have
Military training.
yeah. So use military. So add 10 to your target
Okay.
score there. So you definitely have that.
So yeah, that's an 18.
Awesome, man. Just insane dice here. Are you shooting specifically at anything or just at the?
I will shoot specifically at the at the the general, not
The
the,
creature
tendril that's
itself,
holding him up,
yeah.
but the creature
Okay.
itself. Yeah.
Yep. And so that's the SMGs. Go and roll 2d10 damage.
2d10. 14.
Very nice. Okay. All right. You just spray into this creature here, and it's still like on fire and letting out these wails and whatnot. And yeah, as you do, like Gunnery Sergeant, you kind of wail, and screams come out of Gunnery Sergeant as well as the shots go in. Flip, are you taking your shot?
Yes, and also sorry, apologies, Rosie. I'm very bad with turn order in this game.
It's totally okay.
Yes, he will take the shot,
Okay.
but he'll say, "All right, Sarge, here we go," and he's gonna aim at the center or the center of the tendril
yeah.
holding up Gunnery Sergeant. Oh, and I need to roll. I'm just so nervous.
It's all right. So combat plus 10 for military.
Okay, so that's definitely under. It's 28.
Okay. And shotgun does cause basically wound damage here. So you fire across, and there's just this squelch as you completely sever the tendril, and Gunnery Sergeant falls to the ground with a heavy thud. And the thing writhes in pain and begins trying to get up and move towards you all. Coda, and I think Corporal, anything you want to do?
I'm gonna go over and grab grab Sergeant Call and start dragging them
Okay,
backwards.
he will be like the creature, the queen is now like probably almost stepping over top of them because they're starting to move forward towards you.
Ooh.
Because they went out there. So yeah, you would be like running down under them. And you
Then
still can, but just
Then I'm gonna
They
stand
do
my
look-
ground.
it does also look like the creature is, maybe crawling to its death, but trying to come in for one last.
Yeah, yeah. If the thing is coming towards us, then the answer is to kill it before it kills more of us. So I'm gonna shoot it, or I'm gonna try. Please, actually, is reloading a gun a whole turn in this?
Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll reload and then I will.
Probably
Yeah.
is, but
That's a 20.
that's a hit, right?
Yep.
Okay, roll some damage. I think it'd actually be fine anyway. Coda, anything you want to do?
Yeah, I'm not gonna like fully step up, but I'm gonna take like a half step up and then continue just sending the flamethrower
Flames.
at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
17.
Okay. All right.
That's an 11.
Awesome. Critical success. Again, you dial in and you just, it's still like smoldering and you just light it up once again. Bullets fly into it from Corporal and you just go up and it's crawling towards you and it's falling on its own weight because it can't continue. And it eventually just falls, like the head, those like sharp mandibles that it has just fall right in front of your group, like slowly withering until it finally just ceases all movement, laying there in a as it just burns, stinks to high hell, of course. Gunnery Sergeant, please make a body save.
Oh no. Oh god, I have to roll below a 25, which I don't think is gonna happen. I kid you not, I just rolled a 23.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
That.
Amazing. Okay. Amazing.
Oh my
All right.
god.
You, and just to share what would have happened here.
Okay.
There's a moment where like you were connected to this creature, and you know, as soon as the sever happened, like you came back to yourself, but it was just like things felt jarbled and you know, almost like you were going out of your mind there. But for some reason you were able to kind of like come back and you know, get to that light in the tunnel there to come back. If you fail that body save, your intellect goes down by 3d10. Basically, it's cutting the power cord instead of unplugging the power cord.
Ooh.
You do have one wound from the stab of that thing, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
But you stand there in the base of this cavern, and this queen does seem to be gone. But you now begin to hear as activity begins to grow from the rest of the cavern.
I'm gonna run up and try to scoop up Gunny.
My arms around you.
Yeah, we
Around your
probably
neck.
should go.
Like one
Go,
hand,
go,
one
go,
hand
go.
on the, yeah.
I think we overstayed our welcome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can,
I think
can
we
you
just
cause
pissed
an
off the
ebb?
whole hive.
Can you cause an ebb, like a cave-in?
Yeah, I can certainly try.
You begin rushing through, you know, the awkward gravity here, back through the tunnels,
Remember, guys, shuffle, just a little like hops.
back up, and you get to, you know, you come out to that cavern where you came in, and you can kind of jump up, and then you have to like grab and pull yourselves up, but absolutely able to do that as you can just hear from all around you the skittering of these, you know, remaining creatures. Corporal, what is your plan?
As we get like up through that tunnel, pull ourselves up the tunnel, I'm gonna fire a grenade down the tunnel.
Okay. Yeah. Erupts, and it like almost shakes. You can just hear the concussive blast goes through the tunnel and echoes through. It probably hurts everyone's ears. You know, it's loud as hell, but it just goes in there, and you can see as the smoke clears, Corporal, that things are starting to deteriorate in that tunnel and collapse down in on itself. So you've at least closed off this one area here.
To the ship?
Ship.
Yep.
Ship. Ship.
Yep.
Yeah. Well done, y'all.
Pop up out of this little research pod, get back into the station proper, and again, you can hear that skittering coming from all areas. The other research pods, again, if you look at them, the doors are beginning to try to pry open as the bugs are trying to work their way through that, just booking it through that central area. Anything else on the way out?
I'm gonna I got one last burst of flamethrower left, and so I'm gonna send a blast just into the tunnel as a warning, and then I'm like rip it off me and throw it down the hall, because it's just a dead weight at this point, and just keep running after everybody else.
All right, so you rush out, you get to that front door, and at this time, especially with the grenade blast and then the flames going off, things are flashing in emergency, you know, protocols and whatnot there. You get to that, you know, front airlock and get into that and begin that process of, you know, going through the pressurization to get outside, and you just hear just ding, 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 as these bugs have made it to that door and are working to try and get through. You just hear these pincers or something trying to tap at it, and you wait and you wait, and you just watch that meter tick and tick and tick, and it feels like it is taking months to go through. Doom, pressurization complete, and the door whips open, allowing you to rush out of the facility.
You okay? You okay, Gunnery Sergeant?
I'm fine. Is the tendril still in my neck?
Yeah.
We're gonna need to get this out eventually at some point. Don't pull it out. Don't pull it out.
Let's get back let's get back to the ship and hopefully some actual medical care.
Yeah, that's a much better plan.
Better idea. I don't want to bleed out, please.
Oh, we left
Yeah.
that poor science egghead down in the whatever.
Oh yeah.
Forget it. You guys did great.
He's probably gone in the blast, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Corporal,
Yeah.
were we in their house?
Yeah, I think we were in their house.
My cousin had a land dispute that ended like this once.
That is troubling. Were
And
there
on that
also
note-
bugs involved?
The 5 of you scramble towards your vessel and take off as fast as you can, getting off this damn wretched planet. Maybe not giving a shit at all about probably not getting paid.
Hey, we
Well,
killed
no,
the
I care
queen.
very
No, we
much. I care
definitely
very,
need to
no,
get
I
paid.
care very much about getting paid.
I mean, I guess actually, number. Sorry, you. Well,
We
you,
killed
you
the
probably
queen.
took care. Yeah.
There's a little bit of cleanup.
I'll give it to
do.
you.
Yeah, I mean, is there going to be a war that'll eventually be turned into a movie? Who knows? But like, you know.
Who
This
knows?
is the prequel to Starship Troopers. Oh no! Human beings really are.
With
the
that, the
worst.
5 of you fly off back to headquarters to give your report of your endeavor. And that is where we end. Oops, all Marines.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Chaos.
We lived.
So good. So
Somehow.
good.
How
Bounce house.
How did we survive that?
I have no
I
idea.
mean, one of us
I
got a
really
hole in
thought
that.
at least one of us would die.
It was almost you.
I mean, yeah, it was almost you, and then
Okay.
3 of us had really high
Oh yeah.
stress too.
What am
Yeah,
I-
My
for a
stress was
while,
out of
yeah.
control.
Stress was up
17?
there.
Yeah.
Y'all did, tack rolls were pretty good. So, yeah, good stuff all around. Bounce House, thank you so much for being with us tonight. This was a blast. I hope you enjoyed yourselves here for this. Let's go around and say hello to our wonderful cast, and please tell us some other things that you've got going on project-wise. So, Kaz, say hello again.
Oh boy. Hi, I'm Kaz. You can also find me on Twitter, on Twitch, Instagram, all the socials, at the Mini Arcanist. I am a TTRPG player. I am a miniature painter. I stream my miniature painting on Twitch Thursdays and Saturdays. I am also next Friday, I believe. Wow, cannot believe it's almost the end of July. Next Friday, on Carrie Smith 2012's channel, I will be GMing for the first time online for Soulbound. It is a Warhammer Age of Sigmar TTRPG. It was a ton of fun. The cast is freaking amazing, and yeah, I love the heck out of it. Other than that, yeah, you can find me on Twitch.
You're
Yeah.
using. Is that a spoiler?
Huh?
Spoiler about what you're using in game?
No, it's not.
Minis.
Oh no, it's not. Yeah, I have miniatures also showcasing in
That,
that,
yeah,
which
that
is
you
really cool.
you painted
Yeah.
and then are going to be using in the stream. So yeah,
Yeah.
looking forward to that.
dope.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that is what's going on in my neck of the woods. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you for being here, Kaz. Always a pleasure to play with you. So thank you. Let's go next door to Risen Zed.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at RisenZed. I am a TTRPG player, mostly here. And I also play video games. Recently started playing Stardew Valley over on my Twitch channel, which is way more fun than I thought it would be and super duper addictive. And that's probably going to cause problems. But if you want to come hang out, go ahead and, follow me on Twitter or drop a follow over there to know when I go live. Otherwise, you can find me here a lot of the time. It's really fun to play Mothership, and Todd, you're a great GM, so we appreciate you having me
that.
on.
Yeah, always good to play with you as well. So good to see Corporal back there. So Kaz was in Gunnery Sergeant Logan Call, was in a Monday Mothership 2 months ago, I think it was. That's on my YouTube channel, so be sure to check that one out. Corporal Jack Arcturus was in our Ypsilon 14 one-shot done quite a bit ago. That was our first foray into the system. Another fantastic one there, so check those both out. Let's go down to Flip Tanner. Allison.
Hi, everybody. I'm Allison, or Insight Check, on Twitch and Twitter. I run a channel with narrative video games and also TTRPGs. I'm playing Outer Wilds DLC on Thursdays. I'm off this week, but come see me next week. And then as far as TTRPGs go, I have a First Fridays series, which I'm sure Todd will mention. He was the first Fridays, and we played Mothership, and that's where this character came from. So that's happening again, but with a different GM, different system coming up in August. Candace the Magnificent will be running a game of Masks, which we're all very excited about. And I do a whole bunch of other games. I have a new series that we're piloting called Story Crafters. I'm really excited about it. It brings people who craft and do things with their hands and do hobby work and brings them into the TTRPG space, and then they make a craft about their characters. So that should be really cool. That's coming up in August. And yeah, I just like nerdy stuff. So if you like that too, follow my channel and hang out with us.
Awesome. Always a pleasure as well, Allison. Thank you so much. And yes, go check out. So that one shot for First Fridays is on Allison's channel on YouTube. We dove into the Desert Moon of Karth setting, which is amazing out there. And Zach was in that as well as a crazy scientist there, wild scientist, which was good. So yeah, see, that one was fun. Check that one out there. So thank you. Luna, hello. Say hello.
Hello. Hi. Yes, I'm Luna, Gamer Mom Luna on all the social media. I am the creator and host of Tales from the Tavern, which is a weekly roundtable discussion stream where chat asks all the questions. So we talk about all kinds of everything TTRPG related and sometimes snack related, and, you know, comparing snacks between the US and England, or, you know, what would you do with arm-length rubber gloves if you had them in your campaign? And let's see, big stuff coming up. Let's see. Well, we're pushing through every Sunday right now with a new episode. So I've got a great group of 5 guests coming on this week, and then August 19th. This is my big one. We are going to be tacking on an extra one shot for the Extra Life fundraiser weekend that we just wrapped up, and that is going to be GM'd by none other than Mr. B. Dave Walters himself, which is really exciting. So we are really looking forward to that. It's going to be a 20th level adventure, so that's going to be on my Twitch channel. We're going to continue raising some money for Extra Life for that, so that's exciting, and that's my big news.
Fantastic. Yeah, looking forward to that one. Should be nuts. I've done a couple level 20 games in 5e, and it's always ridiculous for sure. So
super
thank
excited.
you for being here, Luna, as always. Luna was in a one-shot we did called Aurora, where she did mention at the beginning. So that one they suggest using a timer in the session. So they got to a certain point, and I turned on a 2-hour timer, live timer, that they had to play the rest of the game. It was one of the coolest mechanics ever. It really kept things going, kept the pace up, kept the stress up. It was fantastic. So if you could utilize that in other games, I'd definitely do it. Check that one out, Aurora, as well, to see Rosie McPhee again. Yeah. And again, last but not least, the real Logan. Say hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm Logan Hanley. I'm a TTRPG game master, player, and homebrewer. Most of the stuff and where you can find me is over at the Red Hare Inn, where I do homebrewing as well as GM the Ecrium Expeditions, which is our flagship D&D 5e campaign set in the world I've created since the start of my D&D career. You could also find me over on the Initiative Order, where I run a Conan TTRPG stream there. It's a 2d20 system by Modifius, which is a heck of a lot of fun. And pretty old school sword and sorcery vibe, which is really, really, really cool after a lot of high fantasy D&D. But yeah, thanks for having me on again, Todd. It's absolutely amazing to come and experience other systems, especially Mothership, which is super easy to learn. Absolutely, yeah. Super quick to pick up. You can find Coda in his Monday Mothership one-shot, which was a couple months ago. And find out about those cheesy poofs and the origin of those. Another good one there. So I don't do it justice. Yeah. Allison was in that one as well as was it Alpha?
Yes,
the droid?
Android. Yep.
Android Alpha there. So yeah, lots of mixed tables here. Fantastic. Thank you all so much. I have been your warden here, Todd Moonbounce. Of course, you're here on my channel. Thank you so much. You can find me otherwise online at Todd Moonbounce, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Hit me up. I'm always open to have new players to my Monday Mothership one-shots. And speaking of, right around here next Monday, I will have a new group of players to run through some new adventures, see what I got to cook up for that. And then very excited, along with Logan on this one, on the 28th, Thursday, we will be doing a one-shot of Titan Effect, a tactical espionage setting for Savage Worlds, which should be pretty great there. So we are also giving away 5 copies of that setting for viewers. So if you're not doing anything Thursday, come check that out. That'll be both of them. Always usually 8 p.m. Eastern time is my run time. So both Monday and then Thursday that. And then August, it's still a little up in the air for me, but I'm also doing some stuff for Extra Life during that weekend as well. So keep an eye out for that. And masks there.
Right.
Zach, when is our masks game again? I think it's it's
Thursday the
Thursdays.
11th.
11th and 18th, 2 shot of masks that Zach will be running. Great cast for that as well. So check that out in the meantime. So again, thank you all so very much for being here. Appreciate it very much. We had a great outing, great cast. Thank you all again for being here. I'm going to set up a raid here. Go check out Only Play Wizards is the group. They're playing Abraxas Precipice. Not sure if that's the game, but looks like some cool stuff. So check that out. Head over there for a moment, say hello, and then again, we'll see all of you very soon. Bye-bye.